Liquid, for Shopify as well. The stakes are truly huge here to get a ban advantage into the grand finals.
And also immediate birth. Those two teams down in the lower bracket are looking real mean right now. So let's start and kick things off between Team Liquid Visa and Shopify Rebellion here on Haven, the battlefield for game number 1.
This is the map that Shopify lost. Their first loss in a map at GCC since that final against Team Liquid. What have they learned since?
What have Team Liquid learned as well? Choosing to start things out here with their map pick. Shopify Rebellion opening up into mid where there's just an alarm bot and a nano on B.
And it's a very open site, but this is a Liquid comp that excels at the retakes, especially bringing this breach in.
Yeah, drone into garage while Alexis was left front B. Team Liquid have plenty of firepower here, but choose to fall back and play a little deeper on that C site for the time being.
A very mellow round, get an embed towards B, pressure one side. Now they'll call back in, but they're going straight towards Daiki.
Yeah, Daiki a little bit on her own right now, but that's never been a problem for her, at least not in this tournament. The top-rated player in the Game Changers Championship is Shopify Rebellion getting early plant down.
She should have stun up in another couple seconds, so that'll likely be the go sign for the retake.
And this fight out of garage as well will be major for Team Liquid. The rest of Liquid waiting for Jelly to activate. Georgina close on her heels. Shopify Rebellion are fully embedded in the site, but the first kill goes to Bizarra. And now Team Liquid starting to pinch on in. They are doing it perfectly. Jelly rampaging into the site. Dancing around Shopify Rebellion. Sarah has way too much left to be done. Team Liquid take the first.
Already showcasing the power that they have in these retakes. I love the patience that they took that with in choosing to instead contact players through Garage, contact players back into C-Link. So once they had their refreshables online, they had these 3 different avenues of approach to completely pinch Shopify on the retake.
I think Jelly, too, has a couple of lethal shots, playing off a stun and a flash. Just getting damage down onto those other side anchors.
And these signings are going to be very important, given the changes to the initiators. Still playing double initiator with both the Breach and the Sova. You're now waiting 60 seconds to use that again if you start your round with an opening.
And virtually no other teams are really doing this right now, but Daiki loves to keep locking in the Breach.
And the one time that we've seen it already this tournament, she decimated on that agent.
And so often not even setting her teammates up with the util, will just play off it herself and get the kills, no problems. Now Shopify glide on into the C site, but it's just a moment of respite before Jelly cuts them all down. Daiki also hops on into the site and start picking up the orbs early. A quick snap over to Sarah for a second round.
Yeah, the last Breach game Daiki played, 3 ults in 1 half. Yeah. It doesn't sound that crazy until you remember that it takes 9 points to get that ultimate online.
It's actually insane stuff. And it was happening very early on as well, racking up those kills. This game, Jelly's gotten quite a few more, though.
I was so excited when Jelly joined this roster. It was, of course, a big risk to drop the Starta, who had been so great for Team Liquid. And while she was absolutely insane regionally, I feel like I haven't seen that game at GCC that is like the Jelly takeover. We're still waiting for it to see if maybe it could be this one.
It's kind of been the initiators taking over for Liquid, Daiki and Bizarra. And now, going for a true bonus is Liquid. Actually, allowing Jelly to play on the same side of the map as this Killjoy. Has Bucky down in sewers as Shopify take things slow down into long.
It does have some stall util, but they're basically just holding short here.
I don't know if Isu has seen. I know the drone spotted one player. Dodo seems to have some ideas, though. Shopify Rebellion, how do you solve this problem of sewers? Is it going to be just jumping through with a little bait out from Mel? That was slick out of Shopify. Love seeing the on-the-fly calling from Mel, and it nets them a free sight.
That's the stuff that Shopify always impress you with, how good they are at freezing, coming up with that next stage of the plan with very little time and still having such high-level execution.
Mel looked a little bit like a Yoru there, jumping through the smoke for a teleport, so it's a flawless anti-bonus out of the reigning champs.
Super clean from Shopify. Dodo getting a couple kills going early. And that was an interesting round. They full contacted through long. Didn't really have any other options that round to cancel out. Just had the read that it was going to be this heavy short setup on the eco, which I think is great, given that this team, especially with Jelly playing the Neon, loves to buy Buckies, things like that. This round it will be different with the guns up 14 Liquid.
I have to shout out that Sarah has a Hunter's Fury on round 4 already.
You keep talking about the initiators. They're good on both sides.
Revealing area.
Absolutely are. Shopify again opening up strong over to A. Last round they sent 4 players down long. Seems to be the same exact pattern, at least off the rep, although Sarah's position is ready to play off of this dart for a Hunter's Fury. And there she is. Rest of the team zooms on into the site. It's a util kill from Daiki. Sarah does respond, but now with the spike out in the open, Bazera ratting it up inside of the smoke. Alexis somehow catches her looking the wrong direction.
But the problem is Spike was dropped on site.
Ooh, and now the turret on the flank reveals Issa's position, so pressure on Shopify.
But that also lets them know that they have a 2-on-2 towards spawn, so they choose to walk out together.
Good spacing. Tandem play between Alexis and Sarah. Taking some time before the plant so Alexis can walk on up, but Gigina, aware, doesn't even matter.
And now this is so hard. These players are split. Issa has to run all the way around from the flank.
Last player standing.
Of course, Daiki is going to respond in kind. Sarah still worried about the flank. It's been so long that Issa has wrapped back onto the B site.
30 seconds left.
Sarah has no clue where Issa could be.
Spike planted.
Worrying about every single angle. Stepping into it. Oh, Sarah saw the shoulder. Sarah up in front of the play, and Issa will shut her down.
Good close from Team Liquid. Deny any opportunity of Sarah getting away with a clutch. You have to commend the anchoring in that round. It was really great from Team Liquid. Watch this, how Jelly is sliding through that Viper orb. You basically only have 2 options flying into a Viper comp on retake. You either need to be very fast flooding in, or your anchors need to just win it on their own. It is so hard, even with the breach comp, to play set retake through a Viper, because they're going to be cycling mollies, the orb, the smoke. It is brutal, and that's probably one of the big reasons we've seen Shopify put a focus on that A site. And that's exactly the solution Team Liquid needed.
Well, Shopify choose not to play heavy into A in this next round after faltering on the site hit. Instead, open up down towards C. Gigina does like to play this high angle and is punished for it. That Guardian, Sarah was just tracing the bullets back at her.
Does Team Liquid want to reply? Make a play. It'll be Jelly. Walking into A lobby.
And getting in front of this play too, because Alexis got the lockdown. Jelly, beautiful shot. Now Liquid don't have to worry about the wall, don't have to worry about any of that Viper util in the post plant.
So Shopify walk back B, but Daiki's still here on the tight angle.
And has a stun ready to go. Dodo up in front of it, just jumping around. Daiki under immense pressure and is somehow still alive, finally shut down by Mel.
Go, go, go.
Jelly in the back of sight.
Spike planted.
Could still be a problem, but Shopify drop down a smoke, teleport on away. They're going to play fully off.
Yeah, 4 players in this post plant. Alexis still has mollies. This is now nigh impossible.
Deploying drone.
Drone sees both.
Dota's already fast on the flank.
1 enemy remains.
And now these swings come in. 3 kills out of Sarah. So what, the Hunter's Fury in the last round, now she's just 3 off again.
You saw Mel laughing. She swung backside off of that stun onto Daiki. I thought she got the kill, had to go back in, but this is how that round started. Like you're mentioning, a very common angle for Gigina to take. Doesn't work for her this time. Instead, it's a fast pivot in.
1 enemy remains.
Shopify Rebellion.
Sarah Frax, you are so good.
I agree. Pretty good assessment.
That's kind of the prevailing opinion of most people that
Many people are saying
have
this.
watched at least one Shopify game. Well, Team Liquid on an eco, so Jelly gonna rip that ultimate. Gigina up into mid window as well.
Very good counter utility from Shopify.
Yeah. And now calling away from this aggro that came fully on the right-hand side of the map. Shopify should realize pretty quickly that there is just a turret blocking their path on C.
And I think Jelly's going to time out on this ult before she becomes any threat now.
Look back at spawn too, where Noya is playing, fully guarding against the flank. And, well, some return fire does give Liquid a gun now. Dodo trying to turn a fight forward. 3 players from Shopify deal with the flank where there is a drone. Jelly has that rifle. If anyone's gonna do it, it'll be the new duelist. Back on the site, Dodo is still hanging out, by the way. Team Liquid wasting so much time, and that's a rolling thunder, hitting no one. Shopify melt the flank. Now can turn around and deal with this spike. There's smoke down on it. There's a stick going on through. It's not going to be in time. Hold on. They have to kill the planter, and they're not going to do it. Liquid defused the spike in front of 3 players.
A truly disastrous round for Shopify, as Liquid just hold 4 and win. And it looked like it was going so wrong for them. Dodo alone on the site had created enough pressure to force Daiki to feel like she needed to use her breach ult on what turned out to be absolutely no one. Shopify even won the fight on the flank. But that's the thing about playing offsite C when smokes are alive. Sometimes your spam just doesn't hit.
Yep, and the dart was just a little bit delayed. I think it was just coming back off cooldown for Sarah.
Part of the reason was Liquid was so aggressive to swing back in, and we'll talk of aggression. Gigina will get an embed down C this round.
I'm out of here.
Shopify looking into A once more.
Deploying
Sarah
drone.
should be able to find them on this drone timing. And this is a very shallow lockdown. Just sort of pushing Team Liquid players, if they want to play on site, get back on hell. Theory is Dodo can accelerate behind that very swiftly. A Paranoia out, the stun's there as well. Dodo, a little bit delayed though, and Bizarre's gonna hold it down. Mel not wasting any time, and Gigina ults onto the flank. Hold on, Team Liquid have fully surrounded Shopify Rebellion. And there's no chance Shopify were aware of Gigina's position.
Now Alexis in a 1-on-3. Gigina hard holding, expecting exactly where she is.
A quick thinking out of Gigina. Strong hold of Bizarra. Has essentially
30 seconds
secured
left.
the spike for Liquid. And Alexis is down. So after Team Liquid, full stick on the eco round to win it, lights out the next.
Absolutely, and on a round where Shopify uses lockdown. I think the crux of this round is, again, first off, how fast that kind of rotate is able to come in. With Liquid always playing Daiki on B, and her being very conservative with how she's playing utility. Every round an A hit has come through. She's been able to have her stun in position as soon as that execute is there. And that's done great work to get 3 players into backside A. And the spacing for Shopify, because those players front site were hit by a stun, meant it was literally only Dodo trying to fight backside. And as soon as she loses that, there's really no way to win out.
Yeah, and that's what I'm wondering, what actually happened to slow Dodo down. I know there was a Bleach drill coming through, but she had both those players back default stunned. Like they couldn't go anywhere behind the lockdown. Chose to slow it down and path to the left side, at which point, all of a sudden, Bizarra is unstunned. She can turn around and deal with Dodo easily.
And while all that's happening, the chaos of the stun, that TP comes in, so Shopify will call a timeout here. Plus a couple of these rounds for the A flood retakes.
I think what's alarming for Shopify is that their A hits have been so unsuccessful, even when they're virtually uncontested in a lobby.
Sure.
Usually, if you can get the A lobby space, it makes it kind of a breeze to take A.
But I think the trade-off that is being made for Liquid by playing 2 anchoring on A most of these rounds, plus the breach with fast rotate, is that mid is a gap, and that is what Shopify is going to try and look at here. They had a lot of success on those late B hit rounds.
Wow. Teleporting up forward with the sun on an anti-eco, getting wild with it.
Cover going out.
Team Liquid even dropped down the one way, so Shopify move on to B. Bizarro might have seen something. Shopify certainly did. Not going to dissuade them though. Dodo Nut stuns on through. Gets ready on the left side, and this position back in Gong. So difficult for Shopify to find a solution to, and with this type of weaponry as well. Not going to be able to come up with anything here.
That's a round where it's just to find if Dodo can get the entry on the Gong player or not. Unfortunately for Shopify, she doesn't get the kill this time, and it's Bizarra who does a great job of holding down that space. I like that Liquid were trying to change something out of that timeout. I think it was a pretty solid read to think Shopify could go for that faster C hit. I've been very impressed with how much Daiki has grown with her calling since the last time she attended a GCC. If you remember back then, that was her second ever tournament after attending Berlin. She was one of the youngest IGLs at the event, and despite that, brought her team to such great success, making that grand final after having top 3 in their inaugural tournament. And that growth has only really continued since missing last year.
I mean, at this point now, she's just a household name, too, being able to fight back, be the #1 squad again, qualifying out of Brazil.
And she talks so much about the impact that it had on her to have to really assess herself as a leader, to think, am I being the leader I want to be? Am I being harsh enough on my team? Am I pushing them to the amount I need? Her assessment is that she wasn't, but that's been her focus this year. Being a better leader, being a better teammate, to bring Liquid not just back to GCC, but to try and come back for the trophy they couldn't get in Brazil.
And to square off against Mel. The IGL in Game Changers. Once again, now it's Mel being tasked to find the answers after a difficult start to the series.
Liquid have loved these C embeds. They've done it the last 3 rounds, and thus far Shopify are yet to test.
And it's because they can play Killjoy on A, they're never fighting over there, so good forward information. And Jelly's operator repositions to garage.
Dodo might walk right into it.
There's going to be a drone, though. And no one to break that, so now Jelly in trouble trying to sprint away from that one. A good counter stun out of Daiki actually stopped Shopify from taking any space behind it.
So now the problem for Shopify really is they're not hugely threatening this garage take because they don't have C-long control.
Yeah. Now what they can do is they can go ahead and break that Killjoy turret. It's very deep, though, so they can't even hear the turret at this range. Issa, of course, is just playing off-site with a lockdown ready for the retake.
Sarah does have the ult to counter that.
That would be her second of the game. It's actually been sitting on it for a couple rounds.
But we'll see if Shopify want to finish A. They still have this B embed to call back into.
Exactly, and the B embed probably ends up trying to break the
30
lockdown if Sarah couldn't for whatever reason. Still an alarm bot in front of Alexis. And here we go. The counter of the ultimates, trading it out. Actually, Bizarro looking for some return fire. And Jujina now teleports into window as Mel snaps it back over to the B site. This is a mental round. Pivots on pivots. Mel trying to call some circles around Daiki.
But the smokes are dead, Christy. That's the difference in this post punt. It'll be so hard for Liquid to get back in unless they can retake Garage, give themselves a second angle.
And Shopify are going to have Garage control. Dodo Nut guarding that for the time being. One way onto the spike.
Hi, I'm pissed.
Dodo Nut comes out to the open. Alexis holds down the line. Team Liquid have to check into her, and that is not an enviable position. Shopify Rebellion bounce right back.
Such a great call from Shopify. They seeded that idea so early in the round, getting the deep embed for Alexis. And the extra layer, I think, is after the lockdown goes in, there's another tap from Mel on the spike to further sell that. Only then she calls this TP.
It's also, Mel can go for that TP because she knows where everyone on Liquid is, because the rotates are heard by Alexis, and then you also can see the Hunter's Fury and the lockdown on the minimap.
But there was almost a solve for Liquid with Jujina's TP. Unfortunately, instead she died for it, and well, now the roles reverse.
Already, Jelly on 9 HP to start round 10.
And this is the game plan for Shopify. Juggling back and forth between the lurks from Alexis and Noya.
Ooh, this is a rarity, though, that Noya's all the way down in sewers and wasn't seen by the early dart.
It's interesting because Bizarra on the other side has walked up so deep, but breaking that alarm bot, she's been heard.
This could be trouble. Liquid have really never walked down this during the half. And Bizarra has Noya fully trapped. Underneath garage window, though. Alexis waiting. Here we go, Alexis getting turned on. What a play from Liquid. Daiki baits out the crosshair, and now Noya feels the pressure to activate on the other side of the map. Still, she's been locked down, but she fights her way out regardless. As Shopify move into the C site, Team Liquid ready to respond, already moving on in. Sarah and Dodo Nut lighting up the kill feed as Daiki fires on back. It's not so simple left. 30 seconds, and Daiki with a third.
Strike down, C.
Ask anything of this leader, Daiki will get it done.
Stands up for her team. No one else was in a position to win that round but her. Alone on the C side after another wild call from Shopify. They had an embed towards Garage that gets flushed. They have an embed back towards A. But after faking this B plant, it's such a great call to flood back this way. The fight's not going Liquid's way. But Daiki, I mean, just watch and admire. She's on 1 HP.
I give her credit for the ace because of the bait on the first kill.
Yeah.
Could have easily the bait been going the other way.
But we're already back in, and Shopify might simplify here. 5 players ready towards C.
I mean, they've got Stingers and Sheriffs. Jujina holding onto this Paranoia just off of the util thrown her way. No kills yet, although the Nano will collect. Now Jujina falling down. Equalizes the playing field. Jelly just being mollied to death. On and off, no less.
And the wall bang onto Noya as well. That is huge from Jelly.
Careful
She
here.
knows that no one is cross backside. That makes this retake all the easier for Team Liquid.
Team Liquid just hold these angles. Daiki playing off her own flashes again, punished for it this time. And now Mel gonna try and sprint on out of here. Upgrades to a Vandal, chooses to go all the way around the world.
Liquid will beat them on this race if they read into the A hit.
And it's
But they
hard.
don't commit to it.
They're gonna hear the
scared
footsteps
of a
now.
late B. Now they hear it, yes.
And Becerra can get in front.
But there's a lockdown.
Try and guarantee it.
No way.
30 seconds left.
They hold on for a moment. Try and clear out the flank. But
Patience.
Becerra tucks into hell.
She's found a pocket. No one detained. Becerra inches
Spike
forward.
planted.
Becerra has found an opportunity and has capitalized upon it. Team Liquid will secure their 8th.
They're navigating these complicated mid-rounds so well. Shopify is showing some weird ones, some late pivots in round after round, but what I'm always so impressed by from Liquid is in these high-pressure scenarios, how quick and calm they are in their decision-making. Here's Jelly opening up the opportunity. But it's Becerra taking that risk to basically knife out, walk all the way into hell, and make the play to win the round.
One more shot here on the attack half for Shopify. See if they can do anything to get a 4th round, although the problems, of course, will be Daiki with another Rolling Thunder. Jelly has the op in the right position as well. Now wanting to play around this smoke. Oh my god, no! The gun barrel blocking her vision. So Mel gets that first kill.
And Shopify hold. They freeze for now. They already have their B lurk that they wanted, but the biggest problem is, again, Jujina with a very forward embed, which means Team Liquid are very happy to stack heavy towards the BC side of the map. Or BA, rather.
Yeah, as long as Daiki can float around here with the stun online, with the Rolling Thunder ready, can activate quickly. Now Jujina ulting over onto the A side, chooses to cancel while the plant goes down.
Spike planted.
A smoke onto the alarm bot.
Again, Jujina is the crux of this round.
Oh, that's so good. Getting past this will be fully unexpected. No one heard the smoke go down, but Mel is in a good position to hold for it. Rolling Thunder onto the site. Not going to accomplish too much yet. Jujina is right on top of this turret. What can you do, Jujina? 1 kill to start. And now with Becerra pushing on through A, Team Liquid making a go of things yet. Getting nasty inside of the pit as Alexis secures a couple of kills. Issa looking for half. Issa will fall, and Shopify take 4.
Liquid make the right choices in how to navigate that round, but it's Alexis's actions in window that break Shopify back out.
Alexis having an incredible game, 15-7 in a losing half.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have plenty more coming up after this break.
Can I help you, sir?
Here's the bill from the dealership where I got my car, and I'd like you to beat it with a better deal on one of these fine cars.
Not how it works.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill for a better deal today.
The
Team Liquid Visa leading at the half 8-4. You can go ahead and take a quick peek. Coinbase Econ report. Regardless of Team Liquid leading by double, it was still Alexis, the top player inside of the server. A great performance out of her, even to just win that final round.
Mel was calling a lot of these late rotates back into Alexis's lurk, and she was so consistently getting value in those positions.
That smug look on Lexi's face.
Yeah. She knows what she did.
Yeah.
If you look at the other side, though, I think the highlight to me, again, goes back to Daiki. She's just been such a beast on this map, both in the G2 game and now in the first half today as well. No one else is playing Breach, and no one else is playing it as well as she is.
And her calling, too, responding perfectly in this defensive half, which is crazy because it was the attack side where she dismantled G2 Gozen 13-3 a couple days ago.
But now it's her turn to show us why they were so good on that attack against Gozen. See if they can close out this map. The map that Shopify hadn't lost in GC until Carbine Core humbled them the other day.
It's not a perfect run for them, but still, got to lose a series ever in GCC. Alexis has a little gap to play with, and the alarm bot reveals Alexis. Now, on the other side of the smoke, 1-for-1. Is all still secure.
So C is open, but Shopify were pushing heavy through on this flank.
Yeah, Daiki can call from death and choose how to play this out. Not going all the way into A, thinks it's a little risky. And that's a good call with where Sarah's playing from.
The weak side will be going into these two players, but can the three turn attention and give an opportunity to Sarah?
Paranoia to stall. Now the cover falls. Jujina can get back into it. Mel into the site. Shopify moving on forward. And now, without that player backside, it would just be Jujina. Left in the 1-on-2, taken down to 8 in the shock dart frag out of Sarah.
That's a real nice pistol for Shopify to open. It's a really interesting call from Liquid. Immediately full contacting into Garage, walking through that smoke with 3. But unfortunately for them, Alexis is just sitting, waiting on the other side. And upon hearing that alarm bot gets broken, she gets a little suspicious, finds her.
Yeah, I remember Daiki had a lot of these like very active hits, like going deep into C-Link. Even B hits would be fighting into C-Link before going for the plant, sometimes thinking about pivoting C as well.
A big thing for me to watch is the timing on when Daiki uses these stuns, because when she can, she also loves saving them for the post plant to fight into an extremity and make their posts all the more strong.
Dodo on the high line. Yeah, not too bad. Well, we just saw the stun come down, but unfortunately for Liquid, I don't think it meant anything in the context of this round.
A bit harder to follow up when you're just getting shot from on high.
Yeah, go farm a few more. Why not, Dodo? Not too shabby. Noya's going to secure 2. And now Shopify only trail by 2.
One of the biggest differences between this series and the last time these teams played is, of course, the obvious one in having new duelists for both squads. But one of those players is tested. Jelly, she made a final against MIBR. Sure, she was playing Initiator then, but has been here, done that. Dodo, well, she's highly experienced, has a huge history regionally in North America. This is her first ever GCC, and she has the boots to fill of Floor, who got 112 kills the last time these teams played.
Sarah pushed away by the early flash. With Team Liquid taking their time, Shopify have crept down mid. Deep turret will spot the advance. So Shopify are just going to take their time, hang out for the moment.
Dodo's going deep, but the alarm bot will shoo her away.
And now they come fully away. Expecting Team Liquid maybe to go back into mid, use the drone to make sure no one has stepped up in front of window. Little do they know.
That, Shopify expect it to be a C finish, but instead it's just a slow contact up A.
Sarah just holding this dart. As soon as smokes come down, she can chuck it out and look for a couple of spam kills on the approach. And here's that drone into mid, like mentioned, just using that to sell a little bit more of a re-clear idea. While the rest of Liquid were thinking about popping into A. I think they're a little paralyzed right now because they didn't actually see any players in mid, so now A in theory could be stacked, but with 30 seconds left, They're forced to fight here
30
anyways.
seconds left.
Full heave of utility onto the site. Surprise, nobody's home. Apart from Sarah up heaven, looking for those spam shots. Daiki and Issa both taken low, and the shock dart again! Sarah's utility, always a sight to behold. Now gives Shopify the advantage in the bonus.
Spike
But no way to
planted.
stop that plant. And even down numbers, Team Liquid have a strong post plant.
Counter stun. Keep Shopify at bay. But as soon as the utility goes down, the stun and the paranoia opens up the entrance for Alexis. There's a team kill, and Bizarra still alive on the corner. Issa in the 1-on-2. Issa is taken out of the picture. Alexis with a beautiful round. Kills 3.
It was so hard for Liquid to ever play retake into the Viper on A. But in this comp difference, it becomes a lot better, even with not amazing utility, for Shopify to win these, because they consistently have that orb down that is breaking the normal crossfire swinging in from default to help your players towards spawn. When you have the lineup of the Viper Molly as well, it makes it way easier to segment off these players, and Shopify do a beautiful job of just flooding out together and overwhelming.
So the lead is gone. Team Liquid now on to an eco.
Not the best scenario for them, losing that bonus. They're going to try and simplify, just slam it towards B, see what he can do.
I don't think they're actually sending it in here, trying to sell that fake hit with a teleport away. Now move on into Garage, where the benefit of the Viper Wall is you can just play so heavily for backside.
Hunter's Fury from
Yeah.
Sarah.
Sarah has a great angle on that from cross map, so it's another utility kill. Shopify fans getting rowdy here on the anti-eco. But as this comeback has come to fruition in the second half, there's plenty of reason to be proud.
I think it's already been proven that Sarah is the best initiator in Game Changers.
Yeah, best Sova, period.
When she was playing as well as she did at the last 2 GCCs where her squad lifted a trophy, and she's continued that here at this event.
It's 3 util kills in this half. We haven't finished 4 rounds.
Yeah, kind of ridiculous. Kind of ridiculous from Sarah.
30 seconds left.
And so the anti-eco is clean in the end for Shopify.
Turrets destroyed.
Ace's only job is to die.
Variable removed.
He's has different plans.
She'll die eventually. There we go.
Of course, it's going to be Sarah to get that last kill, the finishing touch.
Okay, so the game's tied now. Team Liquid, they came in with a big advantage. Now they've lost 4 in a row, and Naps wants to hit the pause button and slow this game down a bit.
Now, truthfully, we played a pistol round, 2 ecos, and 1 gun round.
Yes.
What can Team Liquid actually learn from the rounds they've seen so far?
Yeah, I think one of the problems is, first of all, how they want to approach towards A. One of those key rounds that they lost was because of Shopify's retake on that site. Similar to what Shopify ended up finding in their first half, I think one of the biggest things to focus on for Liquid will be mid-control. Shopify tends to play weaker B-site holds, generally just like the one-player back site, and with that Viper wall that they're playing towards C, that angled one, they don't have the default retake wall on B, so I think if you can get in and play an active post plant, that's going to be a strength. But even earlier in these rounds, I think that they need to be proactively pushing in that area and breaking Alexis's turret on the C side of the map, because that has been up way too often, which means Shopify is comfortable to very early rotate players over. So what I'm looking at out of this timeout is really just more mid-control focus from Team Liquid.
Yeah, I'm totally on board with that. I think, too, when you're playing this sort of passive C-side like you're talking about behind the Viper wall, as soon as you lose that information, it's so hard to know when to throw that wall up, how to play around. If you lose control of Garage, this whole side of the map crumbles.
Yeah, there's that wall we're talking about. Makes it so much easier to get back into C to fight for Garage.
Now, new wrinkle in this round, outlaw in the last round, but Dodo has purchased the opt to play down long A. Dodges the early util and secures the first shot. Quick on out of that one, 4v5.
That is a real rough way to come out of your timeout. And what I expected to see this round was for them to start that 1-1-3 towards A and then call back towards mid to deal with that later. but they have to try something else instead. This round embedding someone outside garage and trying to test Noya.
Noya drilled out into the open, throws up the wall, and still is able to play back plat. With Alexis coming into the site, and you see Mel also could move over quickly.
There can be so many players here, but Noya down to the spam by Georgina. Very good from her.
Just holding for the jump peak. Saw that early in the round out of Noya. But Alexis has taken her position. Mel has shifted over. So still a double site back hold. But importantly, no Viper wall available. Alexis jumps up and Georgina is still holding for it. Sorry, that was Mel on the other side. Alexis now still being held as the stun comes down. What should have been a difficult round. Starting to get simple, not so much though. With Sarah still alive. The problem is Issa below window.
Is Sarah thorough enough to clear this?
She turned for it, but nothing to be done there. And there's absolutely, well, I was gonna say no one ready for that op, but no. Gonna see that shoulder and back on out.
No reason to risk the op in a 1-on-3. Wild that Team Liquid get away with this round. Literally off the rip losing Jelly.
I mean, the clear adjustment for Team Liquid is just holding for the jump peaks.
Yeah.
Right? Like, especially because that the turret is going into garage. The only way to get information on C is to show yourself. Either hard hold the line, that's probably going to be the job of, I don't know, a Dodo Nut with an operator. But if Viper's playing on that side of the map, you got to go for the jump peak.
I'll see that kill in a moment. There it is. Georgina ready for it. They had 2 players holding that angle. And Georgina again holding back sight. Very patient from Liquid, not panicking into any call after losing Jelly.
So now instead of bothering with dealing with the op over on A, Team Liquid are going to start out with that early mid control. Eyes on garage, and Georgina could even assist with Paranoia.
Shadows.
Ooh, a change on the setup. Shopify used an alarm bot for C-Long, focus attention on garage instead to patch up that vulnerability with the jump peak.
And again, Mel on B can always turn and throw Paranoia on these players popping in through the door.
This is a bunker in garage.
Wall thrown up again. Team Liquid are still sticking around. They think they can win this battle of attrition.
Shockdart thinking there could be an alarm bot on B, not today.
So now Daiki calls Team Liquid away from garage. Just letting Issa hang out.
But the issue, despite spending time utility here, they never broke the turret, nor did they break the alarm bot. So Shopify have amazing info on the left side of the map.
Oh, this is scary too. No drone if Team Liquid wanted to go A, so instead they choose to go C, where there is that forward alarm. And because of not having a drone, Team Liquid can use the Omen to scout to see where the stun should be thrown down. Alexis has already dodged it. Alexis right on the other side of this wall. She's found a pocket to play in.
30 seconds left.
Alexis, you've been so good today. What else can you find? The rest of her team filtering into the site. More and more shots rain down as Team Liquid scatter.
The turret!
Of course, Timmy gives a little assist to Alexis. And Issa finds herself behind enemy lines.
Oh, that's a funny way to end it.
I don't know about that one.
I couldn't tell if that was Dodo Nut or Go SR.
I'm not gonna lie, I just thought it was hype. That's all I could determine.
And look at what this Viper wall is doing on C. That is why Shopify have continued to throw this. Think about how tough that makes these angles to clear. Because there can be a player hopping up on plat. There can be a player dancing around where Alexis was there, and all the while, Sarah can be throwing a dart across to scan in front of that. It makes it so much more difficult to go for a C hit.
The irony is after all the early control in garage, no one broke the turret. So, into round 19 again. An op shot fired towards A. This time, Sarah lodged on the other side. There's the drone. Spam has to come in. Sarah keeps holding it down. And with Dodo to play behind her, Shopify again in the numbers lead.
They'll give up A now and play it for retake instead. They expect Team Liquid to call away from the site where they just saw the operator, and they're absolutely right.
I think it's fair to say this map has already delivered.
That it has. We're an 8-4 half, now a tie game. Issa would love to get her ultimate here. That C orb still up for grabs. If you get that and then you run back towards your omen, you could still have a chance at this round.
Shopify have just too much control on the map, though. With the alarm on C, the passive line from Dodonut on A. They're just playing to quickly rotate onto either C or A and retake. They want to abuse numbers instead of allowing themselves to be picked
30
apart.
seconds left.
Yeah, Team Liquid tried to throw a fake towards A, but with this kind of setup, Shopify does not care until you plant.
Yeah, Jujina also is not even flanking through A. Might have a chance to go through mid or garage later into the round.
And Issa wasn't the one to plant, so they don't even have like a lockdown to trade this out.
But they do have 2 nanos now onto the spike. So some chance to stall out and allow Jujina to get a move on into the site. Team Liquid need more pressure down, though, after those nanos. The lurk goes in onto the B site. All the way on through. It's a stick, but it's actually just canceled instantly. Issa with a good first shot. Now Jujina filtering in behind enemy lines. We got to kill the planter. Team Liquid have to kill the planter. Jujina does the job in one-on-one. Jujina gets another. And Team Liquid will take this round.
That was the one that mattered. The one they absolutely needed to win.
And it's on both of those rounds. Those post plants on C looking for spam. Team Liquid win 1 on defense and now 1 on attack.
Such great positioning from Jujina. This is a round where everything was going wrong for Liquid. They're down 4v3. Sure, get a plant on C, but there should have been really no way they could have won that. Just relying on spam and hoping, beyond hope, that Jujina could get it done. But Shopify changed their aggro this round.
Heavy mid, Jelly takes care of the first. And with these stuns to stall, it is Sarah to find the equal footing.
That last kill is big. No more Killjoy. And an even round.
But Team Liquid have gone nowhere. Not interested in stepping back mid, not yet.
Alexis is alive, so you can leave her util towards C, have the other 2 players cluster up together.
It'll be B where Shopify choose to be a little bit lighter.
Pretty early info to come off this turret. There it is.
So, Sarah will continue on the flank. Still, by putting this wall up, Alexis is going to take an opportunity. If anyone steps back sight, she can look for a shot. Heard that TP.
Just trying to buy time for this flank from Sarah.
Sarah versus Jujina on long. This'll set the tone, and Jujina took a paranoia out. That wall falls down, so Sarah can strike. Still a 2-on-2, a nice angle. Sarah for another, the stun comes out. Daiki will play off it for an 11th round.
And Team Liquid win another one of these chaotic late rounds on the C site. Shopify tried to snap a fast, aggressive play into mid to start this round. But the counter utility is really what won it for them. That stun from Jelly, a second stun to come in from the breach as well. And then Bizarra with 2 beautiful shots. Another wrinkle of that round is I think Team Liquid have found the solve for the C Viper wall. When they exec, they threw a topside smoke, had Jujina TP in, and then Dart Flash combo to get her out of it.
Yep.
That's how you deal with Alexis playing in front of that wall.
It's very nice, and I think it has led to now Team Liquid winning 2 rounds in the post plant on C back-to-back. Shopify, after cruising through, going up 5-1 in the second half, have now fall to another post plant on C where they went into it up in numbers.
And if you're SR, you have a tough ask here. Their money's in kind of a weird place. They could force buy up around Dodo's ult and try and make something happen, but I think it really comes down to what they call. They have a lot of tools, despite the lack of money. This would be a real blow to Shopify. Remember, they were undefeated in Game Changers this year on Haven until they met Carmine Corps. Lost it to them. And now at huge risk of losing this map yet again.
Couple of Buckies, couple of Guardians, and no Sarah. Shopify have changed some things here on the half buy. Funky
New Viper wall, yeah.
Exactly.
I suppose just the normal one.
A lot
Even
more
if they don't
teams are
normally
throwing
throw
this
it.
now, yeah. Mel has retrieved the Guardian, so I suppose things could be worse for Shopify. Could definitely be better too.
But Team Liquid are very happy here to play a slower round, wait to see if any re-aggression comes in. But they still haven't fully felt out how this setup shifted.
Taiki's really been taking her time on the anti-ecos. Now showing a drone again away from the rest of the pack. This has been a staple in a few of these rounds. Stun comes in, typical hit. Keep your eyes on Alexis.
It's not a
Stepping
hit.
backside, yeah, there you go.
They've baited out Dodo. That was the plan and it works.
And Becerra had stepped all the way through A, so is here faster than Mel would expect. Mel thinks she has a moment, but she absolutely does not. Quick work out of
30
Team
seconds
Liquid
left.
once they decide to pull the trigger off of the kill, off of the fake play.
Spike planted.
Just dismantle Shopify one by one.
Finished.
Okay, Alexis. Nice shot, but she'd need a hell of a lot more. And
Standing.
Team Liquid setup is just too good here. They'll send Noya away from this site.
All right, new plan from Shopify. How about we don't let Team Liquid into a post plant?
I like that idea.
Yep. Because truthfully, it's been a lot of great starts rounds, minus this one here.
Sure. That round just hats off to Daiki. I love the way that she called that anti-eco. Getting the early embeds in A,
Smart move.
doing the double fake of showing that drone with nothing behind it on A, into feigning a B hit to let her two players walk back into A. That's playing with conditioning. Because rounds before, that has been a commitment on B
Yep.
off that fake. These layers on layers, these are the rounds where it gets hard for the IGLs to figure it all out.
Go, go,
But
go.
now Team Liquid just need one more good round. 4 ults to play with. Shopify can match.
It was Team Liquid who pulled off a crazy comeback against G2. Now asking the same of Shopify.
Dodo's op is still down long. Actually, fell away from the angle. A little bit of indecision from Shopify for just a moment. Pulling the drone very early, just 20 seconds into the round to put Dodo on this line.
How patient is Dodo?
She seems like she knows exactly
You should
what
run.
this plan is. And it's because there's a lockdown. Gets that kill onto the lockdown. Chooses to rotate away. Still effective. It clears up a link for Team Liquid. Now a counter Hunter's Fury out of Sarah. Spike plant canceled. And the shots go wide. Dodo was holding down Link though. And now as the spike is planted, it is again a post plant where Shopify is up one player.
But look at the ults. Daiki has a Rolling Thunder. Becerra has a Hunter's Fury. There is a world they win this.
And do you remember the post plant versus G2 where they used all these ults to guarantee it? It came with Daiki flanking all the way through C. She's in position again. Can go all the way around, has the drill first off of the tap. One more good shot, but Dodo has done excellent work. Shopify need to get on this spike or it'll be canceled out immediately. Daiki falls, and Dodo for 4 will just take this round.
That is such a thorough round from Shopify, and it's Dodo the whole way. Some stunning op shots, and then realizing the threat that these ultimates posed. The reason that they wait to tap that extra second is to let Dodo push into a position where she can be behind the Sova, pressuring them, and not allowing Becerra to pop that ultimate. You see it here. Absolutely running her down. Well, Mel reads into the other IGL,
Exactly.
sees the reflank coming, and kills her in garage.
And it's because she saw this same play just the other day. That time, of course, it was with more players alive. The same idea with those ults coming down. So now, while Team Liquid's still on map point, have Shopify Rebellion inching ever closer and closer, and we'll call a timeout.
Mel and Dodo, they managed that round. But it is still hard to close out. That Hunter's Fury is still a tool for Liquid. The money's still there. A team that's been calling a lot of great rounds now with even extra room to play with here with that 2-round buffer.
You know, the only other time these two teams have ever squared off, best of 5,
Yeah.
started on the same map of Haven.
How'd that one go?
Well, It also came down close at the end. Shopify Rebellion forced it into an OT, which they eventually went on to win. That map was the difference in a series that ended 3-2 in their favor, and one that ended in a trophy.
Yeah, would have been a win for Liquid if they had closed out Haven. The win that they so desperately wanted at home in Sao Paulo, in front of their family, their friends, that Shopify denied them.
Now to secure berth into another final, Team Liquid need to close out here on Haven. Still have Bizarre's ult, still have Jellies. So they are advantaged, in theory. But practice is always different from theory.
Team Liquid, they want to go back towards C, but this is a change to the setup. Alexis playing close left side instead.
And no one has been able to challenge Alexis in the server yet. The drone does not see her. Alexis is in a perfect position. Alexis, to save this map for Shopify, holds her nerve too! Give her a few more! Why not? Let her have some fun. She has held the line.
And this is completely stalled out. Liquid had all of their eggs in this basket, and now they have to try and scamper, find something else. They've left EC inserted. As the other two players work back towards B.
This tournament for Liquid has been the story of the initiators. The story of Bizarre and Daiki, but there's now no head to this snake.
Mid. 30 seconds left.
Team Liquid left writhing. Issa down C, Bizarre separated.
20 seconds, you don't even have time to go back C anymore.
One enemy
Now
remaining.
the spike down. This round is
Spike
lights
down, B.
out. It is Alexis again. And even to finish the round as well. What an unreal map out of her.
So many times Shopify has asked her to switch to a new role, to do something different, to reinvent herself for this team. And every time she rises to that, on the Initiator, on the Sentinel, it doesn't matter. Alexis is a forgotten second in that consistent force that has made Shopify so successful all these years.
I think Alexis went years playing just Breach, and now this year alone has had to play probably 4 or 5 different Sentinels. Flex over into the Initiator as well, but you look at the buy from Liquid. It is a mess. Overtime. Hanging on this round, and already Noya! Good God! That's just inhuman!
She didn't see anyone! She just spammed! And all but sent this game to overtime.
There is nothing normal about what just happened on your screen. Noya charging forward, Noya for the ace! Secures overtime!
Frankly, unbelievable. Watch it back. Blind, 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 blind. Oh, and blind there as well. Yep. That makes sense. That's how you send a game to OT.
So after Liquid were able to find all that success in the second half in the post plant, back-to-back rounds, the joint efforts of Alexis and Noya simply say no.
My reaction too.
Wow. So, again, an overtime in Haven. Last
Jelly choosing to buy the op as well. What a risk in OT on the Neon.
open strong into A. Shopify were given this space consistently in the first half. So often Issa would play on this side of the map, shoulder to shoulder with Bizarre. But the hits were never quite online for Shopify.
It is a change seeing that Killjoy play A this round, something Shopify won't yet realize.
Some danger for Jujina.
Deploying drone.
The smoke and the drone come in. Throws the paranoia, but Dodo is here. Stun not connecting on her.
And you're so happy that stun won't be back until, what, 15 seconds left on the clock?
It's a good pull there. And the drone does not see the two players down long A. So Mel will call her team back onto A and leave Alexis front B again.
She's been so potent embedded in this position. But so is Bizarre. Quiet excellence this game.
35 seconds. The hits that eluded Shopify cannot fail now. Not in this critical moment from Zara
30 seconds left.
in the corner. Shopify have canceled the hit already with 25 seconds left. Alexis, here's the rotates. Turret down, Alexis follows. And now with 20 seconds left, Shopify are sent scrambling. Absolutely no way they should be able to win this round, but Shopify come on in. Jujina is holding for it all. Team Liquid don't drop a beat in overtime.
Jujina has seen that round too many times. She knows that Mel loves calling these cancels, loves having Alexis in that very spot. And she waited and was rewarded with this kill. The reposition onto the TP as well to put the nail in the coffin.
Team Liquid's anchoring is just too good on defense.
The final Liquid loss started with an OT that they could not close on Haven. Now it's their opportunity to make up on that error.
Oh, off 1v1, Jelly! Sets the tone here. Shopify already had their backs to the wall. Now down in numbers.
Is Mel the one to make the play?
Is it Mel? Is it Sarah? Right now contained, and Jelly out again! Casting off the history of this matchup. So now Sarah steps forward. Always another challenger. Pushing Team Liquid into the two players that gave Shopify the chance in OT.
Noya and Sarah. Now, just trying to regroup. Is Alexis in the same position?
How rotten is it for Alexis to play here again after what she did last time? Silent on the approach. Noya hits the first shot. Noya is still fighting, just full on baiting for Alexis.
30 seconds left.
And Noya is now falling. Sarah left in a 1-on-3. Passes over the alarm bot unseen. Sarah striking, Sarah! A breath of hope for Shopify.
But the reposition from Daiki, a stun, an aftershock. Does Sarah read into it?
Daiki has led Liquid here single-handedly at times. And now misses the shot in a critical moment. This game was hers. It's a good stun. But the pressure is returned. The fight goes Daiki's way. Team Liquid take map 1 in the rematch of the final.
They couldn't do it before, but 2 years on with a new opportunity, they take Haven, and they do it in overtime. A match that very nearly slipped away, up 8-4. And instead, 14-12, how they close. Team Liquid 1-0. We head to map 2 after this. Like Team Liquid on this map as well. I think the Fade Teo combo is very cool. I think they have a lot of great ideas with how to synergize that utility as Jelly is diving into these sites. And I'd imagine they're going to have a great game plan. This is a very predictable map pool.
It certainly is. And I also just think it's interesting, though, that we are in Pro and we have two very different comps in terms of the agents being played in the roles, even between Jelly and Dodo Nut. Kukuka was talking about these two players on the desk and seeing if we get a little bit more out of Dodo Nut on Shopify's side. On the waylay, some options to play a little bit more aggressively, but once Jelly gets the op, always going to be fearsome.
Early advantage of the Teo. It's so easy to dominate A main control when you have that agent. I'd expect Team Liquid to constantly be farming that orb.
Liquid are just going to leave Jelly around there for now. Has a teleport to escape. Chooses to get tagged anyways by the knife. That's a cross-map knife thrown by Alexis all the way down on the B site.
Yeah, Kev's great for that kind of information from pretty much anywhere. Team Liquid are going to walk 4 back into Arden. Set up for a pretty nice split here.
There's a turret to watch this. Shopify have 2 players. Back secret. And Noya patrolling in mid right now. Team Liquid starting to zoom on into the site. As Mel drops this smoke, just anchor in back sight, bring more and more teammates in. There's 4 players here as Spam onto Jelly. Alexis will get a kill on through the smoke. A couple more for Shopify. as Liquid put into the most uncomfortable situation.
Jelly is stuck here low on health. So hard to get
Oh,
anything
there goes
done.
Dodo too. In and out, Issa and Jelly connect on their shots. All of a sudden, an equal playing field. And a Shopify swing on back in. Noya and Alexis, just like last game, getting the job done.
One of the keys to that round was Mel's anchor smoke. That did so much for those players holding into secret together. Normally that's a position that can be pretty hard to anchor when you're playing into a double initiator comp, especially one with the Teo. They'll normally be Astra you, so all these tools to root you out, but that's the smoke I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They instead get to tuck back, and as the rest of the team rotates in from CT, they have one avenue to approach from, and when they throw the initiator util front sight, it makes it so much easier to fight Liquid where they're holding instead of being fought into.
You're always going to see Shopify playing back secret, trying to look for the spam shots there too. In that round, it's Sarah with a drone tag bullying Jelly, but once we start to get the Odins online and just the heavier weapons, it's not easy to plant the site on A if Liquid do not get backside control past that smoke.
Same opener for Liquid this round. Again, just putting a priority on getting themselves ult orbs.
Only has a judge here.
Yeah, I don't like Issa's odds.
You sure?
Pretty sure. I don't think she does either.
I agree. All things considered, I'd like to make the matter clear. Dodonut has an outlaw over on long. That'll be one good shot.
Spike down B.
Dodo's pretty much always going to be playing on this side of the map.
What is going on the minimap, by the way? Team Liquid have 2 players in
Be
art
right back.
trying to hit the A site at the same time they're making noise on B. But where's the spike? I guess that's the question for Shopify. Well, it could actually be going down.
Yeah, they are just taking a war on 2 fronts here. Historically doesn't go too well.
Yeah, you want to
Concealment. 30 seconds left.
unite all your troops right now, especially when you're outgunned too. I can't say I saw the vision on this round, but that's okay. Team Liquid are gonna have a better shot
You
once
just
they have
need to
some
open
guns.
your eyes, okay?
I'm trying to go through all the different
Last player
realities, the universes, the timelines.
I think the universe where they win is just, well, we kill them 2v2 on each site and see what happens.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. Or maybe you get a pick earlier.
Just
pivot
that
back
simple.
into it. Now we get to look into the gun rounds, and I think that eco for Team Liquid is going to give us a preview of what a lot of the defaults will look like, where they're taking Orb on one side, and then they are going back and Teo redroning the other.
Last player
That's what
standing.
a lot of the starts will be. But with a comp like this, especially when they start to get ults online, you have some very nice preset executes to pull as well. So that's always a threat for Shopify to think about.
Team Liquid have full heavy armor after seeing the outlaw shots in the last round, even at the cost of 1 Guardian.
And here's the exact inverse of that A default. You start B, get the orb, and then they'll go back and clear elsewhere with the Teo drone.
They also saw this judge in the last round out of Noya, so if they work into the mid-space, expect them to be diligent. Daiki still has a Prowler left, so makes playing these close angles really tough.
Yeah, you have great tools to clear this, but even still, a judge is dangerous.
Yeah, Flash is turned away, and Team Liquid aren't even going to bother fighting into Noya. Heard the one shot.
Good setup for Shopify and Art. They have 3 players here. A hinder could be huge.
A hinder, I mean, Alexis still has the knife, ready to cancel out any utility.
Back in
And a
flash.
flash 2 for this swing. Dodo swings straight into it, but Sarah is there along with Alexis. Regardless of the team flash, Shopify mop the floor with Liquid in Art. Some ideas to isolate these players with the util, but you're not gonna isolate Noya.
Yeah. That one's not happening.
Out of charges.
It was very muddy getting team blinded there, but it just shows how good the play was that it didn't even end up mattering. That hinder hits onto 2. Everyone else who was trying to swing away from it is getting flashed as there's that stun coming in from the Astra.
And Melkin calls this because she anticipates Daiki not wanting to mess with the judge on the anti-bonus. So you stack the only other area those mid players are going to pivot to.
And because the difference there was when we previously saw an Art play, there had been pressure A main. There was a threat of a pop from that space. There wasn't in that round, so Shopify could stack and fight for Art together.
Don't miss me too much.
Dodo sneaking up into mid for a shot, and Mel guarding her right shoulder too. That's a nice little 1-2. Tear apart Liquid on this anti-eco.
I love the ideas for mid-round aggression you get with the Waylay in this composition. Obviously, one of the biggest trade-offs is you're giving up the fast rotation, the flashes that the Yoru has, but that rewind is excellent for little early round aggression.
Boy is deathless this game. See if she can continue it.
One enemy remaining.
Can't have everything, I suppose. Georgina, though, says, why not give me a Vandal?
She's got one thing, but unfortunately for her, missing out on the thing she wants most, the spike. Well, now her life as well. Shopify clean up this anti-eco and go up 4-0. So really a start that mirrors the second half of Haven. Shopify winning that bonus, starting a comeback going. There it was Team Liquid who immediately called the timeout, and here they'll do it again.
Yeah, Team Liquid have been very snappy on the timeouts.
If you're a viewer of this team who has watched them in Brazil previously, or just remember them from the 2023 championship in Sao Paulo, they have a new coach since then. That was one of the changes they made this year, alongside dropping Bastarda and taking that opportunity to pick up Jelly. His name is Naps, and alongside Daiki, who's talked a lot about her efforts to bring more discipline to the team, to help them step up to that level of not just being dominant in Brazil, not just being good regionally, but being a team that will always make GCCs and will always succeed at these events. She credits a lot of that success to him and what he's brought into this roster.
And I think it's fair to say the system is looking sharp. The details are there, whether it's Team Liquid playing the mid rounds, pivoting together, just following Daiki's calls, or the more set strategies, you know, their sight hits, all the util lining up at the right time, spacing also good. Team Liquid, it's a reason why they're topping Brazil all year long and why they have already taken the map off Shopify.
So I would be a little surprised if it was like some big macro adjustment after only losing what is effectively one rifle round in what ended up being just that re-clear play from Shopify. We'll see what they do out of this. It looks like it's the same default they showed on that round 3, starting 3 towards B, getting the ult orb there.
Maybe a specific idea to just win this round and stop the snowball. Zera does have access to the ultimate. Shopify, though, getting a little aggro themselves, showing this A-main fight, which will be heard by Georgina.
So Alexis gets the null command, and that's going to be a great counter to anything Liquid are cooking up.
Interesting.
You see the reaction as well. They're going to pull away, be willing to play retake with that null command.
But look at the Yoru TP all the way back in spawn. At the same time, Jelly is playing up on A, making a whole lot of noise to be able to pivot quickly back to the team.
Shopify just re-droned through Art. And now it's exactly the time where Team Liquid will start that pressure through mid. They're making this feel like it's going to be a B split.
And it's really going to be an A split. Although the teleport ran out from Jelly. Didn't use that one quickly enough. Sends one back, but it's not the full rotate TP this time.
With her down long, though, they basically have a choice right now of where they want to split. The problem if they go A, though, is Dodo, who got posted early into A main and has never left.
Team Liquid choose not to actually challenge Dodo, instead regrouping back into B. They're going to try and make it look like that B split is now a drone goes into A, but like you said, because Dodo has forward information, Shopify are not going to be fooled. Mel can still hold this line. Bothered by the clone, Jelly out from behind it. Noya will trade things out quickly.
That just got her the lockdown, so now they'll play off-site. And with the Armageddon gone, there's no way to destroy it.
No way to jump up into heaven either from Team Liquid. So now Liquid being forced to try and plant the spike. Gonna be down to the wire. Might mean Daiki is sacrificing her life. She has to try and run away here. Instead, plants herself in a corner.
Her teammates can protect her from long.
Can she survive? Can Liquid save her? I don't think so. Not with the play out of Sarah. Ignoring her at first. Both players locked up on long. Early pull, stalls the plant, but not much more to come behind it. Shopify Rebellion are unstoppable.
The big mistake of that round is Bizarra popping the Armageddon when she did. I don't think realized that Noya was one off the ult, would have had it online. I think if she had realized, she would have guaranteed saved it for the post lane instead.
But to be fair, she didn't know Noya left the site. Noya could have just as easily gone back pillar, back elbow.
Side, sure.
Exactly, and when your duelist dies in the front, sometimes you have to make that snap decision.
Are these guys brain dead?
Oh!
Okay, Lexi.
Well?
Talking her trash and, well, resetting Liquid to another eco.
Dimensional drift online for Jelly. See how Liquid combat Shopify after the early fight. Quick destruction of Jelly. Shopify running that look back 2 times in a row. I don't know if Liquid were ready for it.
Yeah, you almost feel bad for Jelly just teleporting into her death.
Right there.
Liquid will have walked their way into art, but Alexis is aware of this, just jiggling on that angle. And on Antique around, so often see teams do this where they fully give up mid. Don't risk taking any fights, as there could be a timing. No.
Yeah, this play never works, I feel like, from attack going underneath.
Hey, if Alexis hadn't been there...
Right, yeah. That's a big if.
There's always going to be someone holding that angle
Yeah.
in the setup like this, unless your opponent makes a big mistake.
The thing is, if no one is holding you in mid, you've got to know someone is
Last
back there, but
player
sometimes
standing.
worth taking the risk anyways. So flawless anti-eco setup out of Shopify.
Yeah, quick 6-0. Shopify proving why they're so good on Pearl.
It's weird because after Haven, I was like, oh, Shopify, they can bleed. And I'm like, I'm not so sure on Pearl if that's true.
Yeah, that has not been proven yet.
Astra's dead.
We talked a lot about how Liquid want to play these slower rounds and juggling for different
enemy
extremity.
remaining.
Well, here's what we get with a faster round, most likely. They have an ult combo online with the Yoru, Astra, and the Fade ult. There's so much synergy there. Pop out of an ult behind a Cosmic Divide. Deny the audio with Daiki's ult and have Jelly pop out as well. These are the rounds that make a comp like this so strong in its synergy.
Who's next?
It's also just an ask to get some kills on Team Liquid. 7 kills in 6 rounds. It has been lights out so far.
You are
Jelly.
divided.
Basically just 1 OT for Liquid. Has now got a good, no kill. Are you kidding? And now a flash over the top out of Lexi. Try and set up this fight onto the site, but things slow down as Shopify are back behind this wall.
Lexi drops out.
planted.
This flank is coming in because the Astra wall, they did not hear the turret was
Mel
down.
is in front of it. That is major. But Eugenia waiting on the other side. Mel is dealt with. And now it's a 2-on-3.
And the lockdown buys some space, builds some time, and now the post flank gets to come in.
Daiki and Bizarro low. Both here for Sarah. Sarah gets in front of the sun. The shock dart is one. Not going to secure the next, but Alexis
Remaining.
has come back in. 2 stars on the spike. Alexis pulled away.
Nice knowing you.
Time is running out. Time is not going to be there. She gets the half stick, but cannot secure the round.
Gigina the one to shut it down. 3 kills for her, and Liquid finally on the board. But that round was still terrifying. Look at the way it starts. Noya full turns the flash, destroys Jelly. But this is the moment. Taking that timing to push through on that fast flank. Shopify thought they had them cooked, but Gigina wins it pretty much alone there.
Yeah, Eugenia and Daiki getting the kill on Sarah.
Yeah.
Making it the pure 1v1 gives Eugenia that chance. Importantly, Team Liquid hold on to the Nightfall in that post plant.
But they haven't broken Shopify's money. Dodo will have an op, and Team Liquid go back towards this art control that they had in some earlier rounds. This time putting a lot more utility behind it, afraid of a re-clear play like they fell victim to on round 3.
Shopify, after going for that play early on, just have not cared about mid. They showed the aggro look out of double doors too, but are going back to typical plans, playing deep over on the A site. The cross-map knight from Alexis, clearing away A main.
Portal closed.
But with Shopify showing their A main fight 2 or 3 rounds in a row, both teams have kind of been conditioned to stray away from that space. Team Liquid having lost that fight twice. Now they'll finally go back into a re-clear with the Fade utility.
But it's coming a little bit late, and Bizarro is also on the other side of the map. Gonna throw a drone down long to try and convince Shopify of something, but I don't know exactly what that's going to accomplish for them. Backsite has been and always will be the problem for Liquid on these A execs.
30 seconds
Sarah
left.
has a dart. Sarah has an Odin. And Sarah has support.
Face your fear.
Nightfall to lead the way for Team Liquid. A dart into sight. Still though, Shopify entrenched. And now some spam from Sarah. Sarah goes down. Jelly tracking her through the wall. Oh, with a numbers advantage. Shopify left without a pathway back into this site. The wall down could be the start of it. And these kills coming out from Jujina are massive. Back-to-back rounds out of the Astra player. And now Dodo, just with this operator, getting pushed around from every angle. Now Becerra delivers a blow to the back of the head.
You're giving credit to Jujina. She did have an amazing round, but I think that comes down to Jelly and the play she makes. Shopify had that same smoke in rounds where those backside players got so much value, but look at this. Jelly just walks around the corner as that smoke is sent back and gets that timing onto Sarah. If Sarah lives there, she is such a problem with that Odin.
And now that's gonna make Shopify reconsider their options of how they want to play A. It'll be that forward fight again.
And it's a fight from both teams towards A.
This time, though, Jelly has an operator on the other side, so no teleport into her demise. Team Liquid are gonna receive that aggression and maybe wait for a re-clear. Knife didn't spot anyone.
They have the tail on this side, so drone available to push this back in.
Here come Liquid. Sarah breaks that Prowler. So the Seize is thrown back as well. Liquid throwing down heaps of utility. Sarah is out of the picture too. So after that refight goes Team Liquid's way, have plenty of options for the remaining minute in the round.
Jelly with the operator had wedged herself into B long, so holding that space all round. So Liquid freeze. See if Shopify go exploring anyway. But with the Killjoy set up on B and these two players holding hands on A, Shopify pretty unlikely to move here.
Yeah, Noya is never going to be going for jump peaks until actually the turret was just broken by Jelly before teleporting back into A.
Shopify is still committed to the setup. Mel is here, Alexis alongside her.
There is 1 star I'm counting for Mel. Alexis doesn't have any flashes left either, so Alexis has to choose the right timings. Another one? Not to be. And Mel on 39 HP, marked up by the fade.
Spike planted.
Completely trapped in this corner.
Right there.
Noise arrived to the fight. Team Liquid unflinching. When's the timing gonna be, Shopify? You can't wait forever. And the timing is taken by Liquid. Snapping forward. Now Noya! There's no way. Noya, Daiki with a jumping shorty to take 3 in a row.
Lucrative locked back in this game. It started so wrong. 6 rounds lost in a row. Couldn't even figure it out off of their timeout. But here they've had all the right answers. This re-clear into A main is very well done. And despite Alexis's heroics, they're just too thorough in the way that they're playing these late round executes. So now the script flips and it's Shopify.
Aqui não, Noia! Aqui não!
Yeah, Daiki, give it to him a little. I mean, it wasn't 3 rounds ago that Alexis was calling him brain dead across the stage.
I didn't understand, but I heard the Noya name drop. I know that was what was going down.
I got the vibe. I got the picture of what she was getting at.
So it'll be Shopify Rebellion. Pump the brakes. 3 more rounds left in this half. It was going so well for them in the early rounds or the mid-fights, whether it was the full-on aggression, whether it was the trap play on their bonus. But now as Team Liquid have really slowed down the pace, it's seemingly Liquid that are finding all the timings to take some aggressive looks themselves in the mid-rounds.
Yeah, outside of that round with the big ultimates, right, where they ended B, it has been a lot of these later round A hits. I wouldn't hate to see Shopify, instead of playing these like heavy back sight plays, go back to playing a little bit more for art. I thought that was very successful when they were refighting into that space and then had position to kind of flash back into the site as they retake.
Could be the call. Late round, Alexis has the ult to stall, but my eyes are on Dodonut. B-Link right now with an operator purchase. When she played out of this space, round 4 I think it was lethal. And Shopify actually showed, I believe, the KO knife over towards A, some early attention. But now with Daiki moving up into Link.
Daiki heard the shorty, so she suspects it's an op, and she's just going for it.
Gets the headshot through the wall. Dodo on 25 HP. Daiki is single-handedly taking B-Link. Absolutely mental. Now the Cosmic Divide. To divide Noya away from the site. Noya is stuck in backside. But that is her playground. Tethered up. Shoulder to the wall, wrapped from both ends.
And despite the null command, Shopify are still locked out. Issa had the door open for her by Daiki, now holding on a late lurk.
The fight in B-Link could be everything. As Dodo gets back on the line, Issa strikes first. That means no pressure coming in from Link. Shopify stuck in this choke point and cut down by everyone on Liquid's side.
Hell of a call from Daiki. Sends a Prowler into Link, and reading that Shopify have been playing light in mid, and hearing a shorty, she thinks, this is an operator, I can make this play. Sends it straight in, and that immediately welcomes her team to B.
There is no player in the scene that plays as aggressively as Daiki off of her own initiator utility. It is a treat to watch, whether it's the breach or the fade. And the confidence to seize those windows. If you hesitate for a moment, you're never going to get that timing.
And we have a chance here to go from a 6-0 half for Shopify to a 6-6-1. Team Liquid have them again reset onto an eco. And Daiki's just figured this out completely.
There's a knife thrown down in A main, cross map by Alexis, saw nothing.
There's a quiet stack on B. The drone did not see anyone. But Liquid will clump towards A regardless, and looks to be making the right call to navigate this.
Wow, a dimensional drift just to make sure it's impossible for Liquid. Oh, there she is. Noya's had a pretty good game, but now has to deal with Jelly and this shorty.
The utility there was brutal.
Yeah.
There was a stun, a seize, a molly. What can you do if you're Noya?
Look, Shopify are trying to play quickly through this smoke. It's not necessarily working, although Jelly only had the one bullet in the chamber.
Still, with both these Sheriff players spotted and an excellent post plant for Liquid. This is looking clean.
Just a ridiculous turnaround from Liquid.
Last player standing.
Mel picks up the Vandal. Try and give herself a chance, but there just isn't even the time.
Outside of getting her ult orcs, damage doesn't matter at this point. Team Liquid are so rich.
5 rounds, 1 in a row, you're right. Couple of ultimates behind this too. We've seen a Nightfall and an Armageddon.
Out of the timeout, they played a lot of slower rounds for Team Liquid. Nike managed to figure out the setup, and now, looking at the very last round of the half, they have 2 of their biggest ults online again. And now Daiki can think. Do we want to speed something up? Do we want to threaten something else? They'll start a similar default, but there's that ever-present threat if you're Shopify.
Shopify's read out of the timeout has been to put the operator in mid, so Dodo is in art.
Look at Daiki again, Chrissy. She's just single-handedly
Yeah.
taking street.
It's her read, right? Is that no one's going to be here. Seas doesn't see anything, so she feels real confident. Of course, there's an alarm bot in her way. Liquid might just pop out here onto the A site. Yeah, Jelly takes it. That teleport with very little utility behind it.
And if Noya was trying to get out, that was the lockdown.
Oh,
It's
Mel.
now dead.
Mel playing underneath that smoke. Shopify without any territory to work with on the map. Again, have to come out purely from CT, and it's a shock kill once more. Hunter's Fury ready for Sarah. That'll pave the way for this retake. Timing out the Nightfall for now. Puts the clock pressure on Shopify. Here comes that Hunter's Fury. Mel leading the charge, a teleport away as Liquid
Enemy remaining.
decimate Shopify. Sarah's left with an operator. And 3 players on the other side of it. Daiki ties this game up.
Shopify wins 6 rounds in a row. And Team Liquid say, hell yeah, we can do that too. Tie this half up with 6 of their own. And this last round, Noya dying there is so critical for Liquid. She was going to deal with Daiki, who's been pressuring Street all of these rounds. And Team Liquid, just credit to their team fighting in these post fights, the way that they're pushing and disrupting Shopify's retakes. It looks so good.
A beautiful half, but we're gonna send it down to the stage and have a quick word with Bizarra's brother Lucas before we get into the next.
Hi guys, it's Bella with Lucas, Bizarra's brother. Well, you are here as the Team Liquid family rep. Well, and they're only one map away from the grand finals. This is your time to throw them a message, Lucas.
Yeah, it's been very crazy. We are literally from across the world. Brazil is literally the other upside of the world. So watching them here on the big stage, it's been so grateful, happiness and proud moments. So seeing my big sister here, oh my God, she's I feel very happy. I'm here with my mother. We are here to bring all the energy of the families from the players. We know how hard they've been working, especially as family. We know how hard they go through all the things. So we can only hope for the best. And yeah, it's been a comeback this map, and then we know that they are capable of going to finals and win the championships. So let's go, Liquid. I'm very proud of you, my sister. Thank you.
팀 리퀴드 비제라 선수의 둘째 오빠분을 만나봤는데 가족을 대표해서 어떤 이야기를 해주고 싶냐라고 물어봤을 때 세계 반대편인 브라질에서 먼 길 왔고 이렇게 큰 무대에서 활동하는 동생을 보면서 너무너무 자랑스럽고 오늘 엄마와 함께 이 자리를 함께하게 됐는데 우리 비제라 선수뿐만이 아닌 모든 선수들을 위해서 가족 대신해서 응원을 할 테니 너무 감격스럽고 이렇게 함께하게 돼서 너무 좋다고 이야기를 해줬습니다. Alright, thank you, Lucas, and bora!
Bora, vamos! Thank you.
It's so good to see Team Liquid have that opportunity to play in front of at least some of their family. They talked about the heartbreak that was the final in Sao Paulo, losing in Brazil in front of their families to the Shopify Rebellion squad. Now their chance for revenge here today in the upper final.
It's all tied up right now. You can check out the Coinbase Econ report where Noya had a phenomenal first half. Again, it's Team Liquid that steal the thunder at the end with 6 in a row. But you can't mistake her brilliant work on the Sentinel.
We got to start talking about this game in quarters because the first quarter was all
True.
Shopify. Second quarter, 6 in a row for Liquid. Now, the defining pistol round here in the second half. It's a map that has historically been excellent for Shopify. Remember, they have not dropped a series at GCC. The closest opponent that they ever had was Liquid in that final 2 years ago. Now a huge opportunity for Liquid to actually close it out, this time on Pearl.
You win this map if you're Liquid, you are sitting in the finals. A chance to play in that position again, this time with the advantage. Double map ban in the upper bracket. But they have to continue off that first half success, the second quarter success.
Very quickly, Jelly has walked all the way up B long, so Team Liquid are stacked heavy on the A side of the map.
Issa wants to play here in art. Calling Bizarra over for these players. They're thunderous with the footsteps and have already crossed over from Bizarra. Shopify Rebellion pushing now into the A site. As the hunt comes out, Jujina looking for a moment to step outside of the smoke. Shopify actually don't go for the plant. Those missiles forcing them away allows Eugene into the site. Now Jelly on the flank. Liquid waiting for one player
Spike planted.
to find an angle to get back in.
Jelly's so patient.
Concealment.
Taking their time, but Eugene is down. Now Jelly will be that player. Asked for another kill in main. That'll be necessary. And Mel doing circles around with a knife to the heart of Bizarra.
That's how we end that round. Just an absolute standoff in the post plant. Liquid had great information from the beginning of that round. Jelly had walked all the way through B. They had the right rotations. They had the flank. But so much attention is drawn to main that no one's looking at Mel.
Hang on. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah. A knife kill like that. Ridiculous. So Shopify win their second pistol. That 6-round win streak broken. Team Liquid have a unique strategy they're bringing into this pistol round. Stack 4 players on top of each other, sorry.
Yeah, the high, low, medium high, medium low.
Yeah, Daiki is not part of the circus. She's going to do it on her own in A main.
Teleport away.
Hey, we take those. That's a free orb.
Yeah. That's a bit of a win for Jelly and around where it doesn't look like Liquid should have too much more.
Okay, Shopify are getting a little funky with it.
Noya. Did you see Daiki?
I'm not sure.
I think she might have been just flashed enough to miss the Q.
Okay. Daiki not holding the right line, still snapped over for a headshot.
And he just gunned it.
It's highly respectable. Not sure if it matters in any real fashion. I mean, if they have guns, I think Team Liquid literally just win the round. Everyone's hitting headshots, but the classics aren't getting kills.
Yeah, well, Shopify, they had to lurk back towards B. Mel has opened the door and, well, now shuts it in the face of Team
30
Liquid.
seconds left.
No, he's just going to hang out here a while. Since it is the 5v2, well,
Last player standing.
you hate to see it, truly. But while
You were saying?
Shopify and Liquid, they're both playing very similar comps in terms of roles. We've got double initiator, right?
Yeah.
The actual agents, they've got 3 different unique agents. How do you sort of look at this half playing out with Team Liquid having the Waylay and a little bit more exec tools, I feel like, than Team Liquid had on their own attack side?
Or Shopify, that is.
Shopify,
with
sorry.
this attack side. I think what they have really good is, first of all, they have amazing mid-round info with the cross-map darts or knives. I think
They've
that
also
is so
got
good.
great synergy down
Yes.
there on B long.
They do indeed. Hanging out together.
But back to the topic at hand.
Sure. Ask me a question,
The
get
comps.
distracted immediately. No, but I think these initiators are going to do a really great job at being able to provide support from pretty much anywhere in the map. But when they go for the execs, I actually like this comp so much better for the executes. On a small map like this, where, especially on A, you're normally trying to play either on site or like in secret to spam, Hinder is such a brutal ability to deal with. Because if you get caught out back A, anything like that, if you're, say, an Astra player, you have no escape because of that Hinder, and you pile that up with double initiator utility, of which you're having to break a knife, you're having to break a dart. It means that these execs are always such a big threat from Shopify.
You'll also just watch Dodo not even take the gun out, just dash in there, throw it in the Hinder. Good spacing behind her for the trades, but Team Liquid are tasked with cleaning up shop here on the anti-bonus. Failed to do it in the first half, and that's what started the snowball.
Interesting interaction. She actually rewound, but I think still was seized through the wall or something along those lines. That was a nice attempt with the seize tail missile.
Closed.
Teleport runs out from Jelly.
There's the kind of KO knife I'm talking about. No one's there, but you pressure this Astra away and know that they've posted up.
And there's 2 players already shifting from Liquid over onto the A site.
Ooh,
So
Jelly.
Shopify have a good angle here. Jelly did reset the teleport. It's so patient from Shopify. We're down to 45 seconds.
Do they just wait out the TP? Eventually they have to go.
Pull back. Star to clear Jelly. Nice shot. And now the sprint over from Team Liquid. As Shopify gallivant into the B site. Up in the smoke is Daiki. The IGL. Daiki has another and turns around to deal with Dodo. Eventually falls down, means the plant goes through from Shopify, but keep your eyes on Bazera. Through the wall now.
Spike
Ready
planted.
to strike into the back of Shopify. Gets the kill on the spam.
And Noya is late to this one. Only now is she running in. But the map changes a full long post plant in a 2-on-3. That is hard, even with this excellent utility. Team Liquid have to speed up. There's 2 mollies and the pull.
And still haven't even tapped the spike. Now getting on it. Here comes the pull. They're trying to block. Fail on the first attempt. A smoke is already down. Another nano to follow. These shots not connecting. The nano does. Noya. Lethal. Just teasing Jujina. The time is not gonna be there. A 3rd in a row for Shopify.
Team Liquid, they fully gambled on getting that body block. As the crowd salutes Denmark's great president.
I mean, Noya is having a game. 18-9 after Daiki does this.
But unfortunately, as soon as you miss that body block, you just lose because of killjoy mollies. Even if Noya doesn't hit these shots that she did. Listen to that timer by the time Jujina's tapping. Nothing she could do. And that's 2 bonus rounds won in this map for SR.
I mean, Team Liquid are just an inch away from the finals if they win those 2 bonuses. Be a completely different story in this game. As a result, now on 5 Sheriffs. Stepping up in every single lane on this map. Quickly pushed back, and now with the dive, the hinder, that's what I was talking about. Dodo not even playing for the fight herself. Acts support for her teammates to follow in. Only then to pull out the gun, as Shopify are untouchable in this anti-eco.
Yeah, if you're a Champions watcher, you know Hyunmin, who kind of made a name for that Mosquito comp on DRX, but it is a lot harder to implement your playing solo duelist comps, but you can still do it. It just requires great fundamentals, and good thing for Shopify, they really have that. I think even if they're playing like a comp with no dive, this is a team that is so drilled in the way that they scale into sites together. That once Dodo can get that info, get that hinder, they are absolutely excellent at following up off it.
The fans are loud today, too. We've heard the Casey fans popping off, you know. MIBR and Liquid fans, when they're coming back and winning in OTimes, getting absolutely nuts, but Shopify have packed out half the arena today.
And for the second time this game, after losing the first 4 rounds of a half, now this is going to take a timeout for Team Liquid.
So you already talked a little bit about how effective Shopify's comp is for diving into a site or even just seizing space over any part of the map with the waylay. How do Team Liquid combat against that explosivity out of Shopify?
I think it has to be threatening forward fights earlier in these rounds. Shopify has very good utility for re-clearing space, say into one main or the other. You saw it in that previous round with how they destroyed Jelly up towards the B site. But I think if you're Liquid, you have to constantly pressure them and threaten that you're going to have someone fighting forward. And even if you're getting shoot away, that's eating up some of that utility. And then with the approach to sites, I think you have to be playing Flood retake. You can't have players in position where they are just tanking a hit from the waylay. It'll almost always go wrong.
A big part of Team Liquid's second quarter revival was getting a little more proactive when they were the ones seizing the reins in the mid rounds. That's where they looked their best, but hard to seize the reins against a lockdown.
You still have spam through that smoke.
Can stall out, and if there's an anchor smoke drop down for Liquid, Lisa could get back into the site. Instead, Liquid choosing to play offsite entirely and retake his 5.
Dodo's just taking Art alone, though. That's so big for Shopify.
That's huge, especially because there's no flank pressure coming in out of Liquid. They only have 2 choke points to break back into the site from. Shopify are deciding to play entirely offsite. 4 players in Art is a huge number. Very unexpected, especially with Nano's already placed down on the spike. A star there as well. Jujina needs kills and needs them quickly. The pressure has to come in, and it's not quick enough yet from Liquid. Now some fire in response as Nightfall flushes out A main. Back onto the spike as Dodo lays down the entrance path. Daiki again. Really, Daiki, what can you do? She can do it all. 4 kills and immediately answering back for Liquid.
Daiki's just been so clutch this tournament. The G2 game, where they only won it by a hair, requiring overtime. It was her winning clutches to keep her team in it.
That was a 1v3.
Yeah, another one against the back-to-back champs. You can really laud this player for everything. Her aggression, her clutches.
I see.
And her leadership. The caller, the captain of this team, picking them back up.
She is the entire package. That's why Liquid have been at the top of their game for so long. Think about the damage they could have potentially done even last year. Brazil been allowed a second seed. Now she gets some momentum back from Team Liquid. We saw what could happen in the first half.
Need that back.
So does Shopify have an answer back? Heavy setup towards A. They just want to run this back.
Daiki backed into the corner there as Dodo flies on up. The utility is perfect out of Shopify. There the follow-up comes in too.
This is the issue I'm talking about, Christy. When you try and hard anchor and play front side against a waylay, it's honestly bound for failure unless you can get ahead of that hinder.
You saw the retake
Last player
ideas
standing.
perfectly executed by Team Liquid in the last round, but as they try to remain unpredictable, fall victim to that exec out of Shopify.
I wonder if the idea is to play close on the smoke, try and like push into it and fight past where that waylay's coming. But the issue with how Shopify play is Dodo is never actually trying to take site. She's just going into hinder and leave. So it's very rare, I think, that that play is actually going to come up your way. Look at Mel laughing. What are they saying?
I don't know. Shooting sprays, having way too much fun. It's kind of the charm of Shopify, though. You know, Shopify is a team that it's so rare when they actually do find a team that will challenge them in the server. They've been so dominant both domestically and internationally for so long. And yet, even when they falter in map 1, even when it's not clear-cut they're going to win map 2, still keeping the energy up, keeping it light.
They've really earned that demeanor, I think, because when you're talking about their dominance, they've also taken some very hard losses this year. The first all-women team to qualify to challengers of anyone in the world, and then to go down, get relegated, lose out on that opportunity, have to fight your way back in. They've really been grinding for it at so many different levels this year, trying to add a trophy as the cherry on top here at GCC.
It's always been the way of Shopify to play in every tournament they can, whether it's GC or co-ed.
But Liquid's that team as well. They were so close to qualing to challengers in Brazil. Just missed out on what Shopify could do. Will they miss out in this series against them at GC?
Both these teams have been favorites in their scenes, have been underdogs. But in this match, two Titans. Team Liquid just watching this game start to slip away. Forced onto a light buy here. What they do have going for them is this stack of 3 players.
But the weapons are just not great.
Shopify are taking their time as well. Here it's gonna come. First wave of utility, a Hunter's Fury 2. Issa up in front, quickly shut down as Mel wreaks havoc onto the site.
Spike down, B.
Astra player finding the entry is a little
30
silly.
seconds left. There.
Other than a Euro ult or just a sacrificial lamb, I think that Waylay is the best agent to defuse an anti-eco stack. You send her in, you get the info with minimal risk.
Last player
And
standing.
you break your team out of any blockage that you may find.
So Shopify are gonna jump up to 12 rounds here. A lead of 5 is plenty of cushion. That's more than what Liquid had in the last game. But Liquid did win 6 rounds in a row to tie things up in the first half. Now they only need 5, Mimi.
Cinema. Couldn't read the rest of it. Got that much.
Probably talking about an IGL calling. That's my best bet. Maybe it's a John QT fan that got lost. I don't know.
Yeah. Map 1 was certainly cinema. Let's see how much of a film Team Liquid can make this half. And they start to handle something together. They've got the ults, they've got the guns. Now they need to find the answers.
Yeah, 5 players on light armor, though. A little bit less than ideal, especially as Shopify seizing some mid control already. Here to break the alarm bot and put some big question marks in the middle of the map.
Such a great round to do it when Liquid are going through an aggro play on A. Jelly just walking up, but with her TP timing out, does she choose to stay?
Well, there is the knife lineup for the A main reclear. It comes after shots were exchanged between Jelly and Noya, though. Jelly's been struggling a little bit more in this game than the last. Noya's presence just invoking fear in Team Liquid. They're dominating throughout this map.
Sarah in position to throw a dart, send a bit of a fake towards this B site as her teammates work back in.
You are divided.
But Jelly still has forward info.
Wall down, Jelly up in front of it. Again, only sees Noya. And trying to walk her way out of this one. The teleport is in time. And the rotates have come in from Liquid. 25 seconds left. And Armageddon to keep them in the choke. Alexis is in front of it. Alexis has to find her way into the site for her teammates. Aggressive Shopify not far behind. There's just a little bit of time. Jelly trying to play spoiler. The missile's coming in. Alexis getting chewed apart. It is a mess on site. As Daiki strikes first, gets another. Daiki trying to salvage this map. She already had the 1v4. Now with another swing and a good haunt. She's in the clutch again. Pushing forward. Daiki with the spam. You can't ask for anyone better.
You just have to wait and witness when it's Daiki in the clutch.
Go ahead. Stand your ground. Missile deployed.
What more is there to say about her?
I've got to ask for the clutch numbers after this tournament. Daiki has been unreal.
And it's not like she's winning 1v1s, even 1v2s. It's just 1v3 after 1v3 that she's pulling off practically alone. Just half the time with a Guardian, of all things.
Well, this round doesn't get any easier for Liquid. Still need 4, but now with a couple of Bulldogs and a Guardian. And Dodo might have even realized that its light armor buy is on this money. It's an outlaw purchase, and it's an outlaw kill.
There.
Another swing, but this time not punished. Jelly continues to challenge. So things are even as Issa gets a kill in mid. There's no smokes for Shopify to play with.
And even look at Jijina. She's pushed all the way through A. They can fully stack towards B here.
Do Shopify use ults to try and win this round? Sarah's contacting in. Oh. Okay. A little bit aggressive. Will force Jelly to teleport away. Look where the spike's hanging out, though.
One enemy remaining.
Sure. I guess Jelly can just do that. No fear in this round. Like, even after her teammate dies, doesn't choose to teleport away. Sticks around for another shot.
Think about how many players went aggressive this round. The walk up to get the kill on the lurker in street. Jijina just solo challenging A main. Works all the way around for her reward with the headshot on Alexis.
There is something to be said about just unlimited aggression to a certain extent. You kind of saw it on full display yesterday with the comeback MIBR defeating G2. That was Bastarda getting so wild through smokes.
But this is kind of what I was hoping for after Liquid's timeout. I think the biggest mistake you can make against a Shopify playing double initiator Waylay is to sit back and let them play. You need to be challenging them, forcing them to use their utility early to clear mains, constantly testing them. And even with the threat of losing this map, I love that Liquid is still having that confidence.
Jelly's up. It won Haven on defense and the attack. Now posted up outside ARP, but there were pings down. I think Shopify are ready for this. Question is, do they contest? And that answer is a resounding no for the time being.
Hearing that Prowler, they know something is up in mid. Exactly what they're yet to see is Jelly marches ever forward.
Ooh, Mel wants them to go back heavy into window. The flash pushes Daiki away, and Jelly doesn't have a TP. Doesn't even matter. The kill into the dimensional drift sees 3 players. Team Liquid are playing with perfect information, except for when Mel's lurk is going down. Even then, she's revealed by an alarm bot B long.
So Liquid reset, a haunt into A main. Jijina posts there again. A re-clear, mid with the drone.
Ah, Noya's seen. Wait, I do believe it saw her.
Almost certainly. You see Bizarra holding for it. Liquid have regained their situational awareness. They play off A instead, choosing to just hold in main.
Shopify are looking to finish in art. 30 seconds on the clock. But without A main control, that is so hard.
If Jijina turns, this is a nasty crossfire.
Team Liquid are in the right spot. They're up a player. They've got ults. This is their round to win. The shots do not connect from Daiki. We're down to 10 seconds now. Sarah planting back sight. No one actually challenging her to stop it. Now Jijina falling in main. The playing field is equalized. Issa once again positioned to drop down the lockdown. And Sarah's playing so far forward. Dodo rips the ultimate. Dodo charging forward, trying to win this herself, but doesn't turn for the other player. It is now Liquid in a 2-on-2, pushing back in. Noya and Mel wrapping a bound into Liquid's own spawn with a star on the spike. An early pull on that. 20 seconds in this round, the kill from Daiki again. But where's Mel? That's the question. Daiki downloads her and takes her out.
That's a 10th round for Liquid. 2 away from overtime. Is Shopify were so close to winning that. The fight into spawn off of the Waylay ult. But that last second trade. And Daiki again.
Yes.
The one to do it. I mean, just an outstanding game from her. 21 and 13 on the fade.
And she snuck
So quick.
She snuck up out of nowhere because just a few rounds ago, I believe before round 20, it was 11-11. She just got 10 kills in the space of 3 or 4 rounds to keep her team in this.
Hefis does not want to watch this one slip. Calls a timeout for Shopify. They have struggled since Liquid have turned up the aggression. Georgina solo challenging A main round after round. Jelly that time fighting into mid with the op.
But let's also not get a mistake. Shopify have been in winning positions late round multiple times. It is in the post plant where Daiki's heroics have been game-changing.
That they have. So what do you do now if you're Shopify? You have Noise out, you have Alexis's as well. Is this the round where you make it simple? Just go for an exec with that null command. Get into these post plants that have been so good for you all game. At least on the B side they have. That's where the clutches haven't been coming through quite as often.
I mean, you have 3 ultimates after Sarah gets another orb. Surely you have some of those in the post plant, and it becomes so simple.
But a nice answer from Liquid. They have ult to expect a hit. You play for mid control instead. Be ready to fast flank and pressure the other side.
It's a more passive mid turret from the Killjoy.
Broken.
Yeah, Jelly does fire off the op shot too. Now, because Jelly's playing Vioru, that champ can now be anywhere.
Liquid this whole defensive half have done a great job of going for something aggressive and then quickly resetting into a completely different setup. But the consistent piece of that setup has been Georgina. How many rounds has she been untested A main?
All the time.
Shopify have so many tools to clear this though. Alexis with the knife, even just a flash to go in. Surely they shoot her away.
Georgina, if she could just deal with one of the players with an ult. Alexis, Noya, Sarah. The landscape of the round changes. She's here, she wants one shot, one good shot. Give her team the lead. Can't find it. So instead, falls back and it's an early pop on the Nightfall. Nike a little trigger happy with that one. Now means the lockdown comes in.
But there will be spam even through this. It's still scary for Shopify to get out on this site, even with the lockdown, the missiles, they're stalling them out.
Whoa, Dodo's in there, double dash in with the spike. So it's just gonna be planting the spike.
Planted.
So the spam can't come in. Now Shopify flood on through. It's a fight back into Art. Daiki around this box. If Daiki falls, Team Liquid no longer have their clutch. That responsibility comes down to someone else. Down numbers once more. The wall comes in. Jelly could be that player. Onto the spike already. No nanos yet. They're sticking it not to half. Now with more and more utility raining in, Jelly just walks on through that wall. The pressure is coming in way too late. The fight around the wall, a disaster, but Bazera brings it even. Falling down at the final moment, Shopify Rebellion send us to sunset.
TL, they pushed them. They brought that so close. But it's Mel to match Daiki's clutch potential and send this series to map 3. They did not lose a map, really, to make it there back in having that opportunity to lift their second trophy. But
exactly.
After that, that's when Liquid wasn't there. Now Liquid's here. Liquid, the team who's already taken a map off them alongside KC to now try and win a series.
Team Liquid lost a little steam back on Pearl, but they never lost the clutch factor. The player to watch from Liquid is Daiki. This time piloting the Sage, a very different look for her. On the other side though, Noya, the star of Pearl, with the chamber this time around. Already, Team Liquid testing into mid, but calling out of it early.
Yeah, you see Shopify was worried about some kind of mid-split. Those are very potent with Sage comps. Instead, it's just the chamber anchoring. Noya holding down the fort on A.
Playing an off angle. Giving them the cross. Now step straight into Bizarra. And that's the encouragement. That's all Team Liquid need to know. No Noya, no hold, as they blitz into the site.
This retake will be so challenging. Sage wall is one of the strongest abilities in a pistol, and that simplifies the post plant for Liquid.
The only real way in for Shopify will be Donut. Issa guarding, and does so nicely. Now without more pressure onto the flank. Did they just do a gun swap?
Yeah. See Alexis smirking about it.
She's like, Sarah, go get some kills. I don't want the pressure of it this round. I'm just the Sage.
One enemy remaining.
Unfortunately, while Sarah's blinded up, it means Team Liquid will get a pistol, something that eluded them all through Pearl.
Yeah, they lost both pistols, both bonus rounds on that map. Not the case here. And well, the setup was strong for Shopify. They were waiting for something in mid. The crux of it is that you just can't get owned if you're the chamber, right? You are such a pivotal piece of that round. And, well, unfortunately for Noya, she just got executed. A stunning shot. Pretty much wins the round there and then for Liquid.
There's going to be a lot of more pressure on Noya, too, trying to play around the Viper utility, whether it's the wall or the orb into main. It's a little bit tougher to find your angles.
And the last time they played this Sunset, she was excellent.
Shopify are on a full walk down mid. And now with Dodo distracting. Well, I tell a lie, Dodo gets the kill. Daiki is just going to wall them in to try and guarantee the cross on over. She only has a ghost in hand, so will fully stall out the flank while the rest of her team takes some liberties back into Shopify spawn.
There's an extra 8 seconds for her. That's enough to send Shopify packing. They'll go all the way back through spawn, but Team Liquid have fought forward in this post plant, have very strong angles with their rifles.
There are only concerns for Liquid if Jelly and Bizarra run into trouble. That's a strange angle. Shopify realize it now. So these players on Liquid start inching backwards, not overcommitting. If they die up there, they give up a gun. They play on their utility, they can just farm, but it's another shot. A good one out of Shopify in the utility, overloading Issa backside. The response is there for Liquid, low time on the clock. And with the finishing blow dealt, Team Liquid will take this second round, but lose another player on the way out.
All things considered, Shopify won that round. They may not have it on the board, but the money is ruined for Liquid. And this is how it started. Down mid, some great movement from Dodo. And a couple great shots from Noya with that damage. So now Shopify have the guns. And on this defensive side, the name of the game is your double sentinel setup. How you move that around the map. You have such amazing stall utility with the Sage, and you have such a possibility for aggression.
Noya up in front of that door, but the good dart will spot her out still.
Spike down mid.
Clean, one shot and gone.
Did not matter. Bizarra executed, and, well, Noya very quickly out.
Well, this is unfortunate for Daiki.
Luckily for her, that wall went down very early, so if she's patient, she'll eventually get into B. But playing a mirror with the Sage, when you only have one initiator, it is very hard to deal with the chamber, who is that proactive. You have a dart that comes back every 60 seconds, you have a drone, but everything else just takes fundamentals, jiggling.
Yeah, Team Liquid bank a lot on the power of the Viper, giving you control over A main, but when it comes to execing onto a site onto B, you have a little bit less to work with.
And even towards A, if you don't threaten that, the chamber is one of the few agents that is willing to step ahead of that Viper utility.
You're right, but Team Liquid actually throwing down a vertical wall as Donut gets a kill down in mid. Team Liquid getting a little bit funky here with two players moving back into market. Good control over the site, even down in numbers. Gives them some opportunities. As I say that, Noya continues to get kills through smoke she has no business securing. Daiki has a pocket to play in, though. Daiki is inside of an orb, too. Oh, man, Daiki with the Vandal, too. Noya with that 6th Sense once more. But after taking her down to 10 HP on the spam means Sarah will get that round.
got creative for Liquid. Had some fun with the Sage, but it won't come to an actual round. SRG managed to shut this down, and this is the start I'm talking about. You have to be so careful about that chamber because Noya can be challenging there. She can be swinging into weird angles in A, different opportunities of how to do it into either of the extremities as well. And you top that all off with her being able to fight up, and then even once she shoot away, 16 seconds of slow orbs and a wall. This is a comp that is all about IGLing around your opponent's sentinels.
So we'll be tracking when those walls go down very closely. We'll be seeing how effective Team Liquid can be at baiting out early orbs. Right now just testing into the mid space, trying to see if Issa can get in front of the one-way on A2.
Very often in this kind of match, the mid will be the solve because that's the hardest to hold. Sage is not effective there, really.
But this reclear on A is really definitive in the round. Wall ready to go up as 3 players face on into Sarah. Heather for a little bit of extra stall, and Shopify have 3 members here. It's not so easy for Team Liquid to continue moving forward, so Daiki will go back into mid.
But if Team Liquid are calling back, they don't really have map control. There's still a chamber B main. In mid, a Sage wall just got placed.
Exactly.
That won't be gone until 15 seconds.
And with the chamber trip top mid too, it's full lockdown on this front. Team Liquid just going straight on through it regardless. Wall to protect the right-hand side, but still quick rotations mean that with this slow orb down, all of a sudden Dodonut in prime position to cut into Liquid. What a timing taken, seized by the duelist. And as the rest of Shopify turn around, Daiki and Jelly a little bit all over the place, trying to go for this last second res with 20 seconds left on the clock, but keep your eyes on B main. Noya is waiting. It's a plant for backside. Try and ignore this chamber.
But she's so patient, waiting for the right moment. Her teammates will wrap back towards market, choosing not to go into the stacked spawn. And the more pressure they can provide, all the more dangerous Noya becomes.
Team Liquid, hear a fade. See the chamber, deal with her. Daiki continues to impress.
One enemy remaining.
Another moment seized. Daiki has done so much again. Sarah has to match, but there's no way she's going to be able to do that. Team Liquid keep it strong here for the 3rd round.
Mel beat Daiki 2 years ago in a final. And my God, did she take that personally?
Daiki goes in the time chamber for 2 years for this moment.
Just all that pent-up rage, waiting to come out. And not only is she the one who gets the majority of the important kills here, but the res as well to bring her teammates back.
Exactly.
Boa! Nice, Daiki.
And you remember that these 2 teams have only ever played that one time in the grand final too. It's not like Daiki's ever had a shot to do this again.
Been waiting for this moment for so long, and I was ready to write that round off with the Sage utility. But now they're here with Shopify down on an eco, in control of Sunset.
I like the way Team Liquid have been pressuring B main the last few rounds too. Daiki always placing the slow orb to stall out any early B main aggression.
Making sure that Noya hasn't weaseled her way in.
It also guarantees a free orb if Team Liquid are playing with bodies behind it.
And we'll talk of weaseling. Noya is tucked into that close box. Memories of that one from a previous GCC.
Maybe not so concerning as Daiki gets that kill and Jelly follows through as well. So Team Liquid confidently here. Move back towards the B site. Nobody home on Shopify.
This team is so interesting to me because, I was talking about this map 1. I don't think I've seen the, the map change, Jelly.
I don't think Jelly has planted the spike since before the map changes. She just tried to plant in the old corner.
That's really funny.
Oh, that's great.
What I'm saying is that I feel like I haven't seen the Jelly takeover game, but she plays so much Neon. It's really just half the time she's sacrificing herself for, Jajina and Daiki to be the heroes of these rounds. Anyways, maybe she needs to scrim planting the spike a little more.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking about it too. I think Jelly was playing Gecko previously on Old Sunset for MIBR, so never actually planted the spike herself even.
Never worked a day in her life.
Yeah, Wingman just wasting away at the 9-5. Another spike hits the floor. And as more and more members of Shopify follow suit, a team ace on this anti-eco.
4-1 up now for Liquid, and they've really been winning, at least on that rifle round, with these late calls. That one where they went up towards mid, the pistol as well.
Ooh, gnarly shot. Daiki 8-2 right now, by the way.
And same on to the kill on Noya. So Shopify were going to call a timeout here.
Good comms.
I heard Boa at the end. I understood that.
Yeah. Well, Team Liquid are laying down some really interesting comms, some great ideas in the mid round.
Certainly.
Shopify gonna try and call a timeout here and figure out what exactly is going wrong.
What's interesting to me is that Noya has not had an opportunity to buy an operator yet. Normally that's one of your biggest things when you're playing Chamber. Here she has the Chamber off. But what makes it difficult is playing into a Viper comp. Normally every day of the week, she will be in A main, hanging out with refreshable one-ways, living her best life. Here it's so much harder. You have to take a big risk stepping through. So instead, you probably look to set her up either somewhere in mid, or you need to send helpers to get her on a line in A.
Yeah, or maybe do it later in the round. If you hear a Sova drone go down, all of a sudden there's no more scouting because Team Liquid are playing with only the one initiator.
But of course, Liquid know this, so you see how they're setting up at the start of this round, leaning heavier towards A main, this time with a new Viper wall in mid.
This is wild. Some ideas to just isolate the market fight where the operator is. Noya steps in front of the door again. Last time was punished, this time waits out both pings and just barely misses.
That was a haircut onto Jelly. She's lucky to be alive. The orb is still here on A main, so Liquid can walk back in and claim this space relatively easily.
Wall down at 40 seconds. So some insurance bought for now on Shopify. Sarah also has the Nightfall, so Team Liquid are going to try and keep it quiet and sneak up on the fade.
Careful here.
If they make too much noise, that Nightfall instantly stops the hit.
It's essentially going to be a 2-on-5 on this site.
The wall's still here for another 15 seconds. Stun's coming in regardless. Paranoia onto the site. Jelly slides on in. But as Sarah turns and digs her heels in, Sarah rips Team Liquid apart. What a round. From the fade, Shopify Rebellion's come back swinging.
Alexis got no kills that round, but what she had was a slow orb. And that's how Sarah could so perfectly isolate each and every one of these fights. As we watch it back, her movement is absolutely impeccable. But the main reason it's possible is because all of these players were fragmented up. There's one, caught in the open, no swing, a TP, and well, it's easy pickings for Sarah. And also, as you mentioned, that wall never dropped, so Dodo could slide on in and support her team and essentially get a funnel for the flood.
Quick response from Team Liquid. Paranoia immediately on the left-hand side. Slows down too, and Jelly is cut apart. This Hunter's Fury trying to get something back for Liquid, but no kills are found.
And now Gegina up mid, taking her timing to walk out.
Now holding market, that's the spike.
Spike down.
And now with the Paranoia. Noya isolates, does not secure the kill. This round is getting ridiculous. A teleport back into spawn, exactly. Gegina is waiting for Alexis, takes her out. And now Gegina, constant problem in the backhand side. Team Liquid fight back through B main. They have themselves a sight.
And a pit as well in the post plant. It's a tough ask for Shopify to retake, but Sarah has two prowlers.
Sarah chooses to flank herself. And now Shopify on the other side of the gas. Sarah steps in. Now she's gone.
And that was the only tool they could have used to get back in, gone.
How else do you make this happen? Dodonut lays down some spam, but instantly runs on out.
With an op, you just can't. It's a safe call. Sarah took a huge risk making the play she did, hoping she could find a timing. But instead dies for it, loses her prowlers, and they lose the round.
That was a round that there were like 3 different fights happening around the map, in spawn, in market, in B main. But I think Team Liquid just won more of those duels straight up.
They did, and I think that they also, in recognizing that chaos, they made a lot of the right plays. One of them was Gegina, taking that timing up mid and then TPing further up to get the fight into CT. This is the one I'm talking about, where she cuts the rotation. And that causes so much chaos that no one else from Shopify can actually go and help Mel. So she gets traded 1-for-1. That sets up this post plan, and Team Liquid win the round.
Team Liquid again, heavy over A. Seem to have found the solution. Going to show a similar round. And this spam bullying Sarah a bit. Jelly wants another shot at things as the slow orb comes down. Stops the advance for the time being. Tether 2 and another slow. Shopify Rebellion have spent everything they have to stall this out in the first 20 seconds.
That's an attacker Sage wall, by the way, blocking off towards elbow.
It is, but look at mid. Noya waiting for these players. The wall, of course, can come up.
Yeah, a drone, a wall. There's no way they let her get away.
Wait, no, she's boosted on a Sage wall. So was able to see over that Viper wall they saw the round before.
Still, with the drone, she can't get it done. So now, Team Liquid hold in the mid round for a moment and wait for this flank from Mel.
Mel is coming all the way forward. That's the duelist gone. Team Liquid thought they could pivot back into A, but because Mel had all this control, solving the map for Shopify seemed so simple. Sure, there's a res coming online now, but Team Liquid have very few options as long as Noya is alive. Some bait, that's great movement from Jelly, baiting away the shot. Now Mel sips back into the site, and with the dart tagging her up, this site belongs to Liquid except for Noya. The only player to fire back.
Can't use this yet.
And this time, Team Liquid hold a forward line.
Jelly is the one to fight forward here to get ahead as Shopify try and get out of the smoke. She has a crossfire now.
Dodo will be the tip of the spear for Shopify. But there's so much stall. Finally, the walls come up. Dodo cut down. Where is the rest of Shopify? There's no answer. Nothing to be said to these Team Liquid players. It is crispy, it is nice. But Noya falls regardless.
Where the game keeps falling apart for Shopify is how consistently Team Liquid have managed to dominate mid control in the mid round. They're never taking it immediately, but when they get shoot away from either extremity, they're almost always retaking that. Mel realized it this time, got that pick, but watch these fights through market.
Last player standing.
The late round calling combined with the solid fights in post-plant has been a signature of Liquid's. Even in games that Liquid are winning or close, Shopify have been dominating them in terms of first kills. It just speaks volumes to the clutch factor of Liquid.
Now an eco for Shopify. Team Liquid, after leaving this space for a bit, posture up in towards A main, and kick Shopify out.
It's not flashy, but every round Team Liquid have put pressure into A main, Sarah has been chipped away at, playing around the green box on the left-hand side.
Noya has started mid a lot of rounds, but she's never there really in the late round to actually be able to get something done when these rotates come through. Because look, again, Shopify will set up for the mid fight.
Okay, step on through that smoke. It's a good trade at first, and well, there's not much to come after that one.
And well, Shopify doesn't get a ton of kills from that. Oh, I say that too soon. Dodo
Down mid.
has cut this to a 2-on-2, and guns are down.
That's the thing, right? Spike secured. Noya chooses just to play with the Headhunter, wants to get back onto this A site quickly, going all the way back into spawn.
And look where Jelly's going. Walks upstairs. But that leaves Bizarra alone.
Circles around one another.
Spike planted.
Noya seen by this drone. Yep. And that's going to tell Jelly exactly how to play this one out. Now Dodo facing the wrong direction. Almost caught Jelly on the drop. It would have to be a miracle. What do you got, Noya? Absolutely nothing. A 4-piece for Jelly after that mid-fight nearly went horribly wrong.
That does show to me that Shopify have recognized the biggest issue right now on their defense. That they're setting up to, at that about 1 minute mark, go back in and re-clear mid. Now we need to see how they can apply that to the rifle rounds. Because even though they hit some excellent shots, it was again this crux you keep talking about where Team Liquid, even when they lose an opener, even when it looks bad, they're always bailing themselves out in these post plants, in these late rounds. They're just so clutch in these chaotic positions.
Noya stepping up into B main. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Dodo's fighting on the other side too. Daiki turns right around on Noya.
Looking mid.
Oh yeah. All of a sudden this pop ready from Jelly. Nice movement out of Dodo. steps in for the kill. But Jujina has come into a ridiculous position, teleports away. What a move.
But her leaving concedes this body top mid. A res available for Shopify. And Shopify's still comfortable with their amount of map control.
Mel falls off the A main line because Shopify just want to play numbers and play for the res. And while this is a good strategy on paper, how many times this series have Shopify been up numbers in a late round and still lost?
These are the rounds Liquid wins. Daiki has a wall to simplify this post lane. Jujina still has a full kit of utility, and look at the names, Daiki and Jujina.
I was gonna say, you make it sound so complicated. Just the fact that Daiki is alive is enough to strike fear into the heart of Shopify.
Those two have done so much damage in rounds like this. If you're the back-to-back, she can still TP. No, doesn't have a second.
Is out of it. So the high angle gone. Shopify in Shin. And Dodo's waiting to activate on the flank. Needs the rest of her team to pull some pressure. Paranoia blinds up Jujina. It's about to explode in just a moment. There's the first shot from Mel. Rest of Shopify come around the other side. It is lights out. There you go. Shopify Rebellion convert the numbers advantage, and we'll take a third round.
You see the amount of thought they had to put into that, though. They take it so slow, are thorough with every piece of utility. They know how important that round was.
Absolutely. Team Liquid not leaving any room for error, so you gotta be locked in. And now can try to build a little bit back here.
This was a big adjustment for Shopify, fighting very heavy for both extremities. And even when they've done that before, where they've gotten caught is the re-mid fights. Here, they were ready for it. Dodo, after being an A main, runs back mid to catch Team Liquid in transition.
Well, right after Shopify went around, we've got a moment to breathe here. This isn't one of the coaches calling a pause. We got a tech issue we've got to sort out for a moment before these teams can get back onto the field of play. This series has already been a long one, and this is just going to add a little bit more suspense before the last two rounds, before this half ends.
You know, even if you're a Shopify fan, I think you have to have missed Liquid. Because when they weren't at the tournament, the games were just too boring, man.
True.
They stomp everyone else last year to win that trophy.
Ooh, we got. It looks like maybe a coach problem
Is it
there.
a diagnosis coach problem?
You know what?
Effie's fault?
Are we talking about the series or the tech issue?
The tech issue.
Okay.
Oh, it's a monitor.
His monitor issue. See, I was hoping that we were going to be told that he just like popped off so hard after they won the round that his PC came unplugged.
Do you really think Effie's would pop off so hard his PC would fall on the ground?
No, I could imagine like maybe a muted like fist bump in the air or like 3 claps. That's the face of a man who stays calm.
For the most part. I think he gets angry sometimes. Still talking through the issue.
Making sure he can speak to his players, making sure it's all looking good there. So that's a little bit longer. All these coaches and teams consider their options moving forward.
These are the two rosters that really have the biggest investment in this scene. Think about what gets put behind them for Liquid. If you followed their scene, I mean, Brazil is huge in game changers. They play almost every match on LAN for their main events. They have multiple salaried, signed organizations, 2 of which are represented here. But even more, you think of teams like Loud, who have been there for a long time, and GC as well.
Well, while these teams are going to be considering their options, we are going to be able to have another option ourselves instead of just continuing this podcast. This week, Carmine Corp gave the defending champs a real scare, and we spoke with Mel about the match in this Omen player moment.
Hello, my name is Mel, and I'm the in-game leader for Shopify Rebellion Gold. We just had a good match versus K-Core, and we're feeling pretty good after that one. I wouldn't say doubt, but I would say a little bit of frustration after map 2. You know, Haven is a map that historically we don't lose. I think we took a step back and realized, yo, we gotta play our own game here. And as you could tell on map 3, that's exactly what we did. Glance, your Sova recons, bro, they got me every time. And 2, Alkia, she was putting me down on Haven. I will say that. I gotta give her kudos.
Alexis gonna be overwhelmed here though. Goes down swing, gonna take one. Neuer! Oh, yeah, line him up, knock him down. Go on, Glance.
We've really learned this year to play to our win condition, which is playing together the best as a team, and our macro has been our biggest focus this year. I think anyone on my team can step up to the moment and rise to the occasion, and I think that's been our greatest strength. To all the fans, just know I'm jealous of you guys right now because this matchup is going to be a banger. Enjoy the show.
Well, Lisan Mel Gaib knew that this match was going to be a banger.
Me, I'm enjoying.
It's a good one. It's a good one. But it is Shopify Rebellion trailing by 4 rounds. You know, she was talking about how anyone on the team could step up and be the hero. And while we've seen that in the first 2 maps, this map has not had that one player at the tip of your tongue. Maybe Mel could be that player herself. Look at this Nightfall pushing the players into Mel. Up into tiles. Mel held by Jelly. And this round falls apart.
Careful here.
Such a bold play to make out of a timeout. But it fails. And now Liquid, they slow down. Play this advantage out. Shopify, how can they even try and get back in? They have Noya on one side. He's barely been able to have this up online, but on the other, their look at aggression is already droned out.
It could honestly be as simple as Noya getting the pick in B main. Maintaining pressure there. It could be as simple as Dodo stepping up A.
But that's going to encourage them to go back into the op now.
Team Liquid might be calling against that idea, as a matter of fact.
Well, it's because they have the resurrection now for Nike. Just wall, get your teammate back. And of course, you are trading off map control for this. You see they don't have B main. They're losing mid. And this is a read by Shopify, expecting the res.
I really like this. Instead of fighting an A main, you fight through tiles instead. And with res in hand, the shot comes in. Still the res, and Sarah with a beautiful shot. A little bit of brilliance.
And now if you're Shopify, you go back. You leave your chamber to flank and you group spawn to be ready to absorb the aggression because you know Liquid want to flip the map.
Jelly stepping forward, the slide on in. Jelly holds the line, and now the lasers too. Jujina still there, trying to teleport into the corner. Team Liquid, so little to work with here. Completely separated from one another. Now trying to regroup, play across. Nice shot from Noya. And now to step out, Sarah will get 3 on the round.
It's the shots from Sarah, but it's 3 different reads that round that are all good from Shopify. First, they expect that heavy play into A main. Go for that fade alt play for Mel to TP up behind. That doesn't work. She gets owned on the opening kill. That's this fight here. The next one is expecting the res and walking behind to punish it. And the third, upon seeing that pressure, is being ready in CT as Liquid try and flip the map. That's that macro that Mel was talking about as a focus in the interview we just heard. Even when she's dead, still putting beautiful rounds together for her team.
Now one more would make this half not so bad from Shopify. That's going to be a tough ask. Noya does have the chamber up, of course.
Sur défaut.
Impeccable. Fans would be proud. Now Team Liquid splitting it up into the B side. They have not acted very decisively early in rounds. This could be one of their quickest yet. If they choose to speed up, Dodo is down. And now Alexis fully isolated on the B site. A smoke to try and work around as the wall is broken, and Mel refights into mid. This stun onto Lexi. But she's still alive. Mel is just doing it all herself. Shopify Rebellion wasting no time, sprinting back into the site. Sarah and Alexis are dominant, and Jujina is way too far away to have any say in the matter. It is 5-7 to round out the half.
Mel's putting on her best Daiki impression that round. Round goes wrong for you? Nah, you're the ITL, just run around and kill everyone. Hit some stunning shots, and from a half that was going so poorly for Shopify, they closed it out with 3 rounds won in a row.
One enemy remaining.
Alexis as well just closing this one out, and what was a great way to end it, but for this halftime, something of a little treat. Jen Lee, she's standing by with someone who has been here for Shopify at every GCC, one of their best super fans.
Hey guys, Jen here with Sarkon, the Shopify superfan now. Sarkon, you've been showing up every single time Shopify plays. So, you know, what about Shopify inspires you? What is your source of passion for rooting for Shopify?
So it started in like 2022 with Cloud9 White and the magical original C9 White roster. Really was a huge fan of them back then. And then when Mel and Lexi moved over to V1 and now SRG, I just really fell in love with how the team dynamic is, the chemistry, the teamwork, and how much they encourage and support each other. And as an athlete myself, I just really find that endearing and the right way to build a team and the right way to have a relationship with your teammates. And I feel like SRG are like the quintessential, the quintessential example of that in GC. You've seen it over the past 3 years, how much they support each other, how much they fight, and how much they want to not only be the best team in GC, but to be the best team in the world. They want to make tier 1. They want to be the team that qualifies via the Ascension tournament and eventually makes champions. And I know they can do it. I know they can do it. And so many SRG fans, as you can see in the crowd, believe in them as well. And we know that that is their ultimate goal, and we will support them until they achieve it.
네, 먼저 멜선서와 알렉시스 선수가 2022년부터 클라우드9 화이트에 있었던데 그때부터 보기 시작해서 이 두 선수를 따라서 이제 쇼피파이까지 쭉 응원을 하게 됐다고 하는데요. 좋아하는 이유 중에 하나가 이 두 선수가 어떻게 팀을 꾸려가고 그리고 그 단합력과 그 서로를 챙겨주면서 성장하는지를 지켜보는 걸 굉장히 감명 깊게 봤다고 하고요. 같은 선수로서 뭔가 이렇게 팀과 함께 성장하고 만들어가는 걸 너무 중요하게 생각하는데 그런 부분을 너무 잘 보여주는 것 같아서 계속 응원하게 되고 또 쇼피파이 같은 경우에는 어쨌든 정말 체인저스를 넘어서 3년 동안 너무 열심히 압도적인 모습을 보여줬지만 어센션을 통해서 정말 VCT 1티어까지 올라갈 수 있는 그런 힘을 가진 팀이라고 생각하기 때문에 이 소리콘스이 아니라 다른 팬들도 함께 응원하는 것 같다고 그런 가능성을 정말 높게 본다고 얘기를 했습니다. 이렇게 해서 소리콘님 만나봤습니다.
You know, I really hope that we have some Korean-speaking fans on Reddit or somewhere that can confirm that Jen just nailed every single word, because that was maybe the best halftime interview we've ever had and the longest translation in the history of sports.
Yeah, Jen had to really work for that one. Here's your Coinbase Econ report. Oh, I mean, I consider that better myself.
That was beautiful. I love it. Completely sets up this second half from Shopify's perspective. Of course, been there through thick and thin, but Team Liquid also have stayed as a core of a roster of 4 for so long. This team also with similar heights they want to reach, but this champion's title has always eluded them.
That it has. Memories of falling short at their last GCC, of disappointment at the first in Berlin. Now an opportunity ahead of them. One half to beat Shopify.
What a strange round from Liquid. No one on A, 4 players behind the wall. It gets brought down, Noya with the kill, but Daiki is always going to be there.
But Shopify have seen this. They'll quickly call a pivot. The door is open to A.
So then we look at what tools are available in the post plant. Alexis has a wall and the slow. There's still a stun from Dodo. They get the spike down. It's going to be hard to play this one out.
And Dodo is going ahead of it. That wall, it could make you think it's the other side, but no. They're fighting CT.
Double swing. Chips away at Jujina. Team Liquid have to craft a way to play this retake against a strange wall. Do they go back in front and break it? They just go full back spawn. Right now, 1s and 2s.
Alexis still has slow orbs.
Dodo with the stun, swinging out in front of it, but Jujina just never stopped moving. And now it's Shopify that are a little bit split apart. Sarah's on the wrong side of the wall. It's just Alexis. Here's another wall gets put down. Broken as a matter of fact. Now Daiki charging forward, 3 kills for her. A wall drops, and Sarah is here for 4. A monstrous Red Bull clutch.
She could not have done that better. The wall falls perfectly to get that pick.
The timing of the drop is insane.
Literally too perfect for Sarah. And this is a round that started rough. For Shopify, Daiki does damage in mid.
Last player
You think it's over when Alexis dies in this mouth. Only for Sarah to pull out the most improbable Red Bull clutch.
Unbelievable start to this second half. And it comes with a chance for Shopify to tie things up.
Honestly, the only reason this wasn't a 2-0 for Liquid. It was the pistols and the bonus rounds on Pearl. Shopify won 2 of each.
This time the pistols are even between these teams. Nike now stunned up. A great follow through out of Dodo. Playing nicely behind her own utility. No B main control though for Shopify, so gotta be strong as they come back into sight. Could even just plant for backside and hold on to Boba.
And that latter option will be their call, just leaving this late relurk is...
Yeah, I mean, fighting for backside and for Boba is so easy when you put down that Sage wall in mid. Cut off the extra avenue of rotate.
You saw Liquid try and do some of those ideas on their own attack as well. Putting that wall off as Jujina will throw away one outlaw. But won't be too much of an issue. Shopify had 4 other guns to hold.
So, as Sarah puts the finishing touch on this round and we're all tied up, it's time to look ahead now for Liquid.
And what it's time to do is not lose another bonus round to Shopify.
Sure.
Like, this is a game that has gone from map to map and is now defined strictly by one half of play. And if Shopify start running away with momentum, if you lose this bonus round, the implications are huge. Remember, the final up for grab.
Oh my God.
A day off instead of having to fight through back-to-back BO5s.
And when two teams are as closely matched as Shopify and Team Liquid, that double map advantage is huge. Going in as the upper bracket. It's the advantage Shopify had when they faced off in that best-of-5 in Sao Paulo. So now, can they convert on the anti-bonus? Issa's in a nice corner, but that stun gets that shot in first, and with Issa cross-firing alongside Jelly, couldn't do it any better.
Great work from Issa. The patience there to get that opening kill on Dodo sliding in right as the stun's about to hit. And while they're playing very similar comps, the one real wrinkle is that on defense, Liquid get this Viper in. It's so nice to have that bunker set up with slow orbs, with a Viper wall, with an orb to hold one side of the map here. Makes it very difficult for Shopify to ever go for hard hits, as this round proved.
Well, let's talk about the Viper walls for a little bit, because on pistol round, we saw that wall that cuts through mid that gives you back sight control on B.
Sure.
But because Shopify are running the Sage, do we expect to see more of these more forward Viper walls because you can't give up the front of sight, or you risk just being dominated in the post plant?
Yeah, I think we'll really normally see that other like flood wall when they're playing into mid control. For the most part, it will likely be this one. This also threatens someone walking forward in main, makes Noya's job a little bit harder when she's fighting for that space as the chamber.
Exactly. Maybe even pull over Sarah if they want to fight for B main. That's an instant prowler at the start of a round.
For sure. So mission accomplished. We didn't lose the bonus round. Issa did great work in this corner.
One enemy remaining.
Now Shopify, having seen the Viper over on A. This round looks like they might want to continue.
Nice
All 5
ball.
players staring down. Now, what is a strong setup from Liquid with Daiki rotating over?
Oh, Daiki's going to go for a wall boost. It's going to be a wall boost teleport, perhaps. Yeah, TP, instant wall boost. Jujina looking down on Shopify. What a play. Instantly away.
And now that wall doubles up, is blocking off elbow. You can leave that space, focus all your attention on main.
Oh, and the hold is perfect. You got a one-way for the left-hand pathway, the Sage wall for the right. Shopify have to spend countless bullets to break these chunks, and even then getting through a slow orb on top. Good luck.
There's 8 seconds. Another 8 seconds gonna come in a moment with the second slow. So Shopify, you're basically forced to consider, can we go back mid? Can we find something else to at least pull players away from this site? The drone didn't see Noya. The drone didn't see Noya!
And that's huge. Noya chooses to teleport away, but now there's constant doubt in the minds of Team Liquid. Well, the step up from Sarah. That shot connects out of Jelly. Great stun behind it. Jelly playing a great round at the start. Shopify scattered. Where do these two players go in mid? They're kind of stuck. Have to throw down a smoke to guide some pathway out of here.
They feign that they're going B, but they'll call back towards Noya instead.
This is already being anticipated by Bizarra and Jujina. A quiet rotation from Team Liquid. Daiki has the download on this round. And now Jujina steps in front of that smoke. It's a beautiful shot. Now she can lodge herself in sight, set up this crossfire with only 10 seconds remaining on the clock. How can you even hope to accomplish anything? Team Liquid take this round with ease.
So just stick around for them to pull out. The Sage Roll boost at the very beginning. Finds such a massive player in Alexis. You can see it here, TP forward, wall up. And once she's dead, going for executes without that Sage Roll in the post plant, without the slows to help you out, is so much more of a challenge. But what really impresses me is the later reactions. Being ready, recognizing that of course Shopify's gonna refight mid. Of course they're gonna feign B and finish into their lurk on A.
What is this? There's another wall ready for Daiki. Just a reactive one this time. As the Dart doesn't see anything, steps forward. Pushes Noya back.
Dude, she has a res and is challenging up. Who else but Daiki?
Daiki is just doing it all, isn't she?
And now she's in such an aggro position with slows, with a wall. She can single-handedly hold 5 players back.
That's nice. Do we refresh the one-way now that the smoke is, or the slow orb is down? We absolutely do. Just great stall. Dodo gets in front of things. Daiki with a good shot. Mistake was pulling away the gun, taking out the wall.
Shopify will pick up that gun.
Is there an orb to be taken in main? I'm not sure. Could be a res if Alexis grabs that one. Instead, they're giving it to Noya. So instead of playing 5 players, they want the gun. That's a big decision to make.
Yeah, it's time for her to prove why. Jelly's still holding. This outlaw could cook.
Face your feet.
Nightfall down. Jelly pushed away, and it doesn't seem like the decision is mounted to anything. Noya's not even in the fight. Jujina back in sight, and now the res is there. Noya creeping forward. Jujina is still out in the open, still killing Shopify members. So now, do we make this ult pay off? Doesn't mean anything, Shopify. Is there even time? Stepping forward, one more kill. Noya needs it, can't do it. Issa is better.
It gets so close, but the ult just barely not enough.
And it's that slow field from the kill that stops Noya from getting a quicker swing. That is what kills her in that one-on-one.
Her own weapon gets the better of her. And you can see how the round started. Daiki, that's so aggressive, caught off. Did Shopify feel like there was a chance?
Your duty is not left.
Slow field down.
6 seconds, she has to swing into her own slow. And dies for it.
Nossa senhora.
That could have been a series-breaking round. Shopify know it. Effies will call a timeout.
Shopify have been losing out on a lot of these kind of early main engagements. I think even when Liquid is falling away, they're constantly putting pressure there and succeeding. I give especially credit to Daiki in a lot of these rounds. So what does Shopify want to do? I think for one, a focus on mid control would be good. Team Liquid did a lot of these rounds where they were blowing up mid with the Sage Roll. I think you have to create more of a threat. Make it feel like Team Liquid aren't going to be able to just play this passive mid setup heavy into the mains. Because unlike the double Senti comp from Shopify, Team Liquid don't really have any info tools to hold that down. So putting a smoke there, threatening that someone can lurk in, it basically has to pull players away. That's not necessarily something you need to start with, but I think showing that in some of these mid rounds
Definitely
is a good idea.
I'd also love to see Noya let off the leash a little bit. Let her find some opportunities on the lurk. This is a map sheet taken over in the past. Now Shopify up in front A main.
I'm talking about mid control, and Team Liquid have immediately seized it.
Oh, good tracking. So much damage onto Daiki. But with Bazera in the corner. Hold on, Bazera. Brilliant. Out of Liquid. The slow play from Shopify means nothing. A wall goes down. Shopify sent packing.
Liquid is winning this game in the main fights. They are decimating Shopify there in this second half.
And we're so often we've seen Team Liquid playing brilliant macro. It's in the micro too, the little bait and switch.
Yes.
All the attention pulled so Bazera can farm on the angle.
So now what does Shopify have? Mel and Alexis, a 2-on-5.
I mean, it's time to hunt for Mel. You gotta keep going, but look how Liquid are playing it. There's 4 players ready for this step in. It's the obvious play.
They're walling her off in CT, baiting that no one is here.
Now Mel does have a teleport. She can regroup. There's still going to be a drone, and she gets away, but with 28 HP. At what cost?
A heal and regen luckily gets her back up to 100.
With the wall breaking. Multiple angles to worry about. Mel needs this fight. She has it. A chance yet for Shopify. A chance more as Alexis gets that kill. Now the res, though, making it nigh impossible. 3 for Becerra and an 11th on the board.
That old duo, they made a valiant chance. But Team Liquid had basically already won this round. They dominated the fight in main. They played a very structured retake, 4 swinging together. And there's that micro, such great bait from Daiki. To make the heroics mean nothing. And this is such a change-up of what you've expected from this series. This is a Shopify on the back foot. A team that does not even lose series. Rarely maps.
Team Liquid are about to be on series point, and it's Shopify on the eco. A half buy for them. Use the paranoia off the rip, but it's always this early slow orb invalidating Shopify's util. The slide forward from Dodo. Nothing to be done about that. Meanwhile, Team Liquid stepping up B main, stepping up mid. Mel not ready for it. And Shopify realized there is no way backwards, only forwards.
They've put their full attention into A main round after round. And repeatedly, Liquid have locked them out. You only have one choice but to go. And look what you're walking into. A crossfire with Jelly on an outlaw. Daiki on the other side.
Oh, Noya down to 10 off a good shot. And a wall down to try and play into spawn again. It's a repeat of the pistol. Does it follow a similar fashion? It could just do.
Alexis just got the res online. Wants to go back and use it.
But this fight in spawn is everything. Issa revealed it, pings both players. Now the res online, Becerra strikes home.
30 seconds left.
Shopify the ones, downloaded through the walls, but it's still a 2-on-2. 20 seconds remain. Shopify not out on site.
Where do they go? They're walking back. Have to go back into A and have to face Becerra.
And it's with pistols, 10 seconds. Becerra hiding, tucking away. Striking on in, Team Liquid are 1 round away from the final.
They can feel their revenge. And again, it comes at a close round. It comes down to Shopify almost winning on their heroics, but failing at the last hurdle. The 2-time world champs would need to win 5 rounds in a row.
Shopify have never lost a series in GCC, and this one might get taken from them. Already an early kill, the Hunter's Fury, and another kill on top. Shopify Rebellion have nowhere to go.
Team Liquid are beating them at the beginning of every round.
This Team Liquid squad is different. A different team to 2023, where they fell just short.
After their year of disappointment, having to watch MIBR on the international stage instead.
Another shot, Noya. Could have been the key back in. As one door closes, maybe the last one opens onto B. Another shot goes wide. Daiki, Team Liquid's ferocious leader, holds down this site. Alexis and Noya the last alive. Already more and more of Team Liquid coming on in.
30 seconds left.
Liquid are right there.
Spike planted.
Ready for another final. Here comes Jujina. Noya's not checking her back. Noya's not ready! Another for Team Liquid, Alexis! One more chance. One more for Alexis. It won't be there. Team Liquid have done it. In 2023, Team Liquid were knocked down to the lower bracket right off the bat. They had to go every step of the way under pressure. In 2025, they hold their heads high as the favorites in the final.
Shopify Rebellion suffering their first series loss at GCC. And for Team Liquid, you see what it means for Daiki. For this team as a whole, they were so close. A round or two the difference, and it would have been them hosting a trophy in Brazil. But instead today, after waiting 2 years for their moment, they get their reward. Their revenge on Shopify and their second